Everybody, David here. We are back with another video, another live stream. We're going to be talking about two cards today, and then we're just going to open up to Q&A, and we're just going to kind of go back and forth and talk about different things. I'm also, in the future, I'm going to start doing more news stuff too, like travel news. I might open up a few pages today and just kind of look and see what's out there, because I want to do travel news and travel like good deals. There are a lot of good deals out there as far as airfare and stuff like that, where you're not necessarily using points, you're going to be using cash, but they might be some really good stuff out there that that I can put out to you guys so you can see it and jump on and try to get the deal. That's what we're going to do today. And I did a live stream yesterday. Actually, I did a live stream on Friday too. This is the third day in a row. So we're going to talk about the two cards, the American Airlines Advantage card and then the United card, the United Explorer card. We'll just put them head to head, see which one comes out, in my opinion, which one comes out on top. And then we can discuss the benefits of each card, and you can tell me about your experiences with American Airlines and United. And then we can kind of go from there. I think it'll help us out a lot, especially if you're in a situation where you're considering getting one of the two cards. Maybe some of our stories and some of the benefits of the card will push you in one way or the other. Okay, so if you guys are coming in, just let me know you're here by saying hello. That way I know everything is working properly. You can hear me, you can see me, all that good stuff. And that's funny. I didn't even know the Oscars was on tonight. It shows how much I watch TV. So we'll get started right now, and let me just get everything set up here, and then we'll be ready to go. Pull up both these cards. And like I said, let me know where you guys are coming from too. If you guys are coming from other countries, I definitely want to know. Just, it's interesting to me, and it might spark my interest in going to a different country other than the ones that I already have planned. Okay, so let's see here. You know what? We'll go to the chat real quick just to see who's here and give everybody a shout out, and then we'll get started with this review here. All right, looks like Kai's in. Kai was the first one in here. What's going on, Kai? Walker, what's going on? David, how you doing? Who else is in here? That guy, what's going on? Jeremy, how you doing? Who else? Lionel, what's going on? Adam, how you doing? Kenneth, what's going on? All right, so we'll start out. Altered Illusions, what's going on? We're going to go ahead and start out with the video. God, my mind is all crazy today. We're just going to look at these cards real quick, and then we'll start. We'll do some Q&A right after this. All right. I have a few distractions today. That's why I'm kind of not all focused. Other things going on in the background. Okay. All right. So we're going to look at the American Express or the American Airlines Advantage card, and then we're also going to look at the United Explorer card. Now, if you guys have watched my channel or watched any of my live streams, you know that I just picked this card up, but I got the business version. So it's a little different, a few different benefits with the business card. Okay, so the first thing, and I usually use like 5 different categories to kind of decide what I think is the card that has the better benefits, and then it always goes to kind of my overall feel for the company, because that's what really, for me, that's what really makes sense. So like you might have a card that has more benefits, but the customer service is really bad, or vice versa. So that's when I start kind of looking at, okay, the card might be good, but if the customer service isn't good, then maybe I can go with the other card instead, just because the other airline, they have better customer service and things like that. All right, so the first thing that I always look at is the annual fee. The annual fee on this card is $99. So the Advantage card is $99. However, it's waived for the first 12 months. So the first year, you don't have to pay anything. So that's a huge benefit, especially if you're just starting out. Usually, I never really talk about this, but the first card that I usually get will be like a Chase Sapphire Preferred card, or I get the cards that are more universal. So the Chase, even the Amex Gold, or the City Premier. I get those cards because I can transfer my points to different airlines as well as hotels. And then after I do that, then I start looking into, okay, what airline do I really want to make a commitment with? And then I'll go with that credit card. So I'll get the airline credit card. And that's mainly because I'm going to be flying on these different airline carriers. One thing that I'm looking for is free bags. Other things, priority boarding, that kind of stuff. So if I'm not on their frequent flyer program, if I'm not one like their elite frequent flyer, then I'm not going to get priority boarding. I'm not going to get priority check-in. A lot of these things I won't get. So that's where I start looking at the airline cards, because I know I need to fly. In most situations, I'm going to need to fly to these destinations where I want to go. So first card would be like the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Then the second card would be an airline card. Hotel cards, they're good as well because you get that free night. But the two cards that I think are necessities are the getting like a universal card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and then getting the airline card. So that's kind of how I go about everything. It's stuff going off all over the place. If you guys lose me, just let me know, because my phone is not connecting to my camera. So, or if I go out of focus, let me know, because I have an app that I use just to make sure I'm in focus, and so sometimes it bumps me out of focus. So if it does, just let me know I'm out of focus, and then I'll set it back up. What is going on? All right, I'm back. Did you guys lose me? Can't hear anything. Can you hear me now? Hopefully. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can hear me now, Walker? Okay. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. It just shut down. I saw the camera go off, but everything else, we hear you now. Okay. That's crazy. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I have a glitch or something. These live streams, man, they get you, they get to me. I will be, I'm going to be on top of this so I can make sure it doesn't keep happening. But yeah, there was something weird because I saw my phone went out earlier. So I knew there was something going on. I just wasn't sure exactly what was going on. Okay, so as I was stating, I'll kind of back up just a little bit. So we're going to look at the earn possibility on the cards. So the Addvantage card, you're going to get 2 times points, or 2 points for every dollar spent at restaurants and gas stations. So that's good. The 2 times points at gas stations, that's a little unique. That's different than some other cards. Then you're also going to get 2 times points on all eligible American Airlines purchases. So that's good. Now I would have hoped that, and this is, with this card, I would have hoped that it would be more than 2 times points if you're booking things with American Airlines, or if you're making purchases that are American Airlines related. So the fact that it's only 2 times points, I mean, it's not a deal breaker. Obviously, but you have other cards that you can get that'll give you even more value than that. Well, I mean, if we're looking at different cards, like a top tier card, the 5 times points with the Amex Platinum, the 3 times points with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So you have other cards that you can look at. If you do have a top tier card, does this card really make sense to use for booking your airfare? Now, the Addvantage card, to my knowledge, and I'm pretty sure it's this way because I've used it before and I haven't had any issues, you don't have to use this card in order to get the free bags. So other programs, and United, I just got that card, and there was some talk that you do need to use the card to actually get the free bag. So when I say use the card, I mean when I book my airfare, when I get online and I book everything, I need to use that card in order to be granted the free checked bag when I get to the airport. So like I said, I haven't tried it out. This is just stuff that I've heard. But I know with the Addvantage card you don't, because I've done it before, and I didn't. Basically, it's that credit card is tied to my Addvantage account, so they know, and you don't have to use the card. So, all right, so that's that. Now, 1 point for every dollar spent on all of the purchases. So that's for airlines, it's pretty standard. I mean, nothing really out of the ordinary. The only thing is you get that 2 points for every dollar at gas stations, which I think is pretty good. All right, looking at the Explorer card, we're getting 2 points for every dollar spent at restaurants and hotel accommodations. Then you're also getting 2 points for every dollar spent on United purchases, and then 1 point for every dollar spent on everything else. Okay, so pretty. I mean, they're almost identical when it comes to earn, right? I mean, you're the only benefit I see. Well, you can look at it this way: do you get more gas, or do you stay at hotels more? So you kind of have to weigh that. But they both offer 2 points for every dollar spent on the restaurants, but then they split it with the gas and the hotel accommodations. So you just have to kind of figure out what are you going to use more. Yeah, I mean, depends on how many cars you have and how often you get gas and all that. But I think you can really maximize with the gas stuff. Now, most cards, when it comes to United, most cards are you're going to probably have another card that's going to get you at least 2 points for every dollar spent at hotels. If not, if you have the hotel branded card, you're going to get even more than that. So, looking at this whole setup, I would definitely have to say the Addvantage card would win out in this category because of the gas. Just a little more for me, and this is what I'm talking about here is what I would prefer. Okay, so for me, I would prefer to have 2 points for every dollar spent on gas as opposed to hotels because I have other cards that'll get me that hotel for even more, 3 points for every dollar. So, all right. So the next category I want to look at is like unique benefits. So something that this card has that's unique to it only. Okay, so let's see. And I haven't really looked this over, so I'm gonna kind of have to wing this, but. One thing that they're offering is the global entry, which I think is excellent. Now you only get it every 4 years. I think they'll give you the credit every 4 years. But I think that's something unique to a card that's a $95 annual fee. You don't have most top tier cards. When I say top tier, I mean $450 plus for annual fee cards. Usually they'll have that global entry TSA pre-check credit. But you don't find that many cards that are the $95 range that is going to give you that. So that's pretty good. The United Club passes, I mean, it is what it is. United's lounges aren't very luxurious or anything like that, so it's not anything that you can just look and say, oh, I just have to get these club passes. But it is available, so that's something that they do, and I don't believe the Addvantage program does that. We'll check right now, but no blackout dates is something that I think is really good. However, and I've talked about this before, they bump up those points, so they'll tell you, yeah, no blackout dates, but you'll look and it'll be an economy seat. You only need to pay $20,000 for an economy seat to fly wherever you want to fly, or I shouldn't say wherever. I'll use an example. So if I wanted to fly to Colombia, which the only reason I'm using that as an example is because it's fresh in my head. If you want to fly to Colombia, it's 20,000 points economy. Now, if you do, they don't have blackout dates. So if they start running low on seats, they're going to hike that rate up. And the points is going to be like 50,000 points for an economy seat. And the business class seat, like I said before, the business class seat is 35,000. The economy seat, because they don't have very many seats left, is 50,000. So they do a lot of that stuff. So you just have to kind of watch out for that. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good in a sense that if you're really in a pickle and you need to get to wherever destination, they're not going to shut the seats down. So when I say shut the seats down, like they have reward seats, and then once they get full, they're done, and you don't have an opportunity to use any points. At least United gives you an opportunity to use points. But if you want to use, I mean, if you're looking at a situation where you're using all these points over what you should be using, then you're really not going to get that much value out of the points at all. But you can still get to your destination. I guess that's kind of where I'm going with that. All right, let's look at the Advantage card. Now, the Advantage card, as far as benefits, let's see. And see, I do not like their site already. I mean, I shouldn't have to come all the way down here to find out any other benefits. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. What is this? $100 American Airlines flight discount. And after you spend $20,000 or more, the purchase is a City Advantage. Okay, so you get that. but you have to spend $20,000. So you're going to have to really make a commitment to using this card. You get the 25% savings. United also gives you something similar to that. Authorized users. Okay. All right. Preferred boarding, which is good. United also offers that. 1 mile per dollar. Okay. Double miles at gas stations. All right. I really don't. You get the free check bag, and United gives you the free check bag as well. Bonus miles. Okay, so if you're trying to build up hit your elite status, you get the bonus miles. Let's see, is that what that is? Interest, pay, free checks, purchase foreign currency. Okay, so nothing really stands out to me. And if you guys have this card, the Advantage card, which I have now, but I don't use it, let me know if there's some other benefits that you use. One other thing too I wanted to kind of look at here is just they give you a breakdown. I do really like this part of the website here is they give you a breakdown of how many points are you going to use to fly to any given destination location. So basically, and this is a one-way ticket. So one way, it's going to be 12,500 miles. If you're in a situation where you have 50,000 points, well, that's good enough for 2 round-trip tickets anywhere within the U.S. Well, it says the U.S. 48 states. So I'm sure it's not including Alaska and Hawaii. So that's not bad. 2 round-trip tickets just for getting the card and hitting the minimum spend. So that's pretty good. And then they break it down here. So the Caribbean, you're looking at that. Central America, 15,000. That's a one-way ticket. Mexico, 15,000 one-way ticket. Hawaii's 22,000 for the one-way ticket. Europe is 30,000. Asia, 35,000. And South Pacific is 40,000. So you can go to Asia, which, I mean, that's going to be a long flight. 10, 11, 12 hours, 35,000 points one way. So you would be paying 70,000 for a round trip ticket, and that's an economy seat, which is not that bad. I mean, that's decent. All right. So as far as just looking at the unique benefits, I don't really see much with the Advantage card. They don't really offer anything that United's not offering. So because United's offering everything that they're offering, plus you get a few other little perks, like I said. They might not be the best perks, but I like the no blackout dates, like I said. And I also like the fact that you get the TSA pre-check. They at least offer that. The TSA pre-check or global entry, you get that credit, so that's good. So I'm definitely going to have to give it to United in this category. All right, now the other thing I want to talk about, just the overall look and feel of the card. I can't really tell you about the feel of this card. Well, I have the business card. I'm sure they're pretty much the same. And the United card, we can look at that one. I have that one at home. I have it pretty much away. I don't even keep it out. But they both pretty much look okay to me. Now, I will say, and I don't know if the Advantage card has this yet, but I will tell you that I think the Explorer card is better, and I'll tell you why. I like the design of both cards, but I like this little tap to pay thing. So it has a little wireless thing here. So basically, you can just go to the machine where you would slide your card or insert your card, and you just need to kind of wave it over the top or tap it or whatever they say to do, and it will. You don't have to put the card in the machine or swipe the card. So that's pretty neat. I don't see that with the Advantage card yet. Maybe they're coming out with it. They just haven't done it yet. I don't see it on any of their cards, actually. So maybe they just haven't used that technology yet. But I think that's like the future of everything, right? We started using our phones first to do that, and now we have our credit cards. We can do the same thing. So my overall opinion of both cards, and you guys probably already know this because I have the Advantage card. I just got the Explorer card, so you kind of see where I'm going with this. I definitely think the Explorer card is a better card. I did get the business card just because it gave me a higher bonus. It was like 75,000 as opposed to 40,000, and I'm going to be using it mainly for business, so that's good. Whenever I travel, just put it this way: whenever I travel, I'm traveling for business and pleasure, but I'm going there to take pictures and sell my prints, I shoot video footage as well, sell the footage. And so that's my main reason for going. So that's why I got the business card, 75,000 bonus points, and I can use it for my business. Now, let's see. So that's kind of the way I feel about it. Yeah. I mean, I know it was kind of dry. Sorry, but yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I think the Explorer card is better. I'd love to know what you guys think, so please put it in the chat right now and we can talk about it. But I just think that, did I say the Explorer card is better? I thought I just said the Advantage card. Maybe I did. The Advantage card to me just, it's old fashioned. They're not really doing much with the card. And I will talk about a little bit about the customer service too. I had some issues with American Airlines. And I like I was kind of explaining to you guys, I started out, I got the City Premier card. That was the first card that I got. So I had that universal card that I can transfer to different partners. And then I jumped on and got the Advantage card. And so I've had that card, and I've used it maybe 2 or 3 times to fly on American Airlines. But the customer service just wasn't there for me. I just think that that is what really mattered to me. And that's why I stopped using the card, and I stopped flying on American Airlines, because the last thing I want, and I've said this before, you can make mistakes as a business. You can make mistakes. I obviously know that airlines are going to have issues. Things are going to happen. They're going to be late. They're going to cancel flights. They're going to do all this stuff. But how do they handle their customers when that stuff happens? That's what's important for me. And I just don't feel, and this is my personal opinion, I don't feel that American Airlines handles their customers the way that they should. And I've given this example before, but when your flight gets canceled and you're getting an email at 11 o'clock at night and your flight's at 6 in the morning, that's not the right way to handle that situation. Because if the person doesn't check their email, they're just going to get up early in the morning, get to the airport to realize that their flight was canceled. So that's one of those deals where you have the number. They always ask you to put your phone number on there. They have your phone number. I get it. It's 11 o'clock at night. Call the person or send them a text just so they know, because what's the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning? Well, the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is check my phone. Did I get any phone calls last night that I missed, or did I get a text message last night that I missed? Especially if I'm getting ready to go on a flight. So stuff like that I think is really important. And with the situation with me, they just sent me an email. That was it. And then I happened to get the email before I went to bed, and then called them, and they said they were going to set me up in another flight. They hadn't set me up it was an hour later. They hadn't set me up in another flight, and so now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get onto another flight so I can catch my connector so I can get to Paris. So just things like that really, really frustrate me. And so that's why I just said, yeah, I'm going to go with a new airline, and we'll see how they work. I mean, I've been on United a few times. I haven't really had any issues. And like I said, I know issues will happen. That's just the nature of that business. You're going to have planes that are going to get canceled and all this stuff. But how are they going to handle it? I do know, and I use the app all the time, the United app. Great app. Great app. You just log in. You have all your information on there. They will give you updates, tell you if the plane is early, late, canceled, all that. They'll give you alerts. So I really like the fact, and I'm sure American Airlines has something similar, I would hope. It even got to a point where I had, they canceled my flight with United, but they canceled it early. Like, this is way before. It was probably like a week before, or maybe even 2 weeks before I was set to go to Thailand. So they canceled my flight, and they sent me they did send me an email, but this is like 2 weeks prior, right? So I checked the email, and I called them, and I was trying to work out, okay, because I was using points now, and I'm trying to fly business class the whole way, and I'm using points. So I didn't want to get in a mixed cabin. You get in a mixed cabin where you're going to fly business class part of the way, but not all the way. So I wanted to fly business class all the way. That's what I originally set my. Actually, wait. No. Let me back up. It was the other way. So I had a mixed cabin, right? That's what I put in for. But my long haul flight was going to be business class. I wanted to keep that long haul flight business class. So I had 3 legs to this flight. So the first leg was business class. The second leg, which was a long haul, was business class. But that last leg from Beijing to Thailand was going to be economy. So I was fine with that. That last flight wasn't very long. It might have been 4 hours, 4 maybe 5 hours. But that 11 to 12 hour flight, that was the one that was important that I wanted to have business class. So they canceled that one. So they sent me an email. I said, okay. I called them. So I did call them right away, and they were trying to work. They were trying to work to see, okay, let me see if we can do this, see if we can do that. And I said, well, and they couldn't find anything. It was like a mixed cabin. They couldn't find any points that would allow me to fly that long leg business class. And so I still had 2 weeks. So I said, well, can I take a look myself and then call you back? And so that's what I did. So I took a look myself, but I didn't call back right away. I waited a few days, and maybe about 3 days. On that third day, they called me back and just said, hey, I just wanted to make sure you got your email and you know that the flight is canceled and we need to try to get you into another flight. And so they're calling me back telling me that. And so he was even able to work it out because it wasn't showing, because when I looked it up, it wasn't showing that I was going to get that business class going on long haul. So he was able to work some magic, and he said, you know what, we can get you in business class the whole way. So I was like, yeah, that sounds good to me. And so that's what they did. So that's what I'm talking about with customer service. United handled it a little different than American Airlines. And I appreciate that. Even the fact that when they're calling me back, because yeah, I could tell them, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and set it up. And then they don't call me back. Let's say maybe I forget or what have you. And now we're up right, I'm ready to fly day before. And now I'm trying to scramble to get a flight in. They called me back and said, hey, we just want to make sure you get, you're going to get your flight on that same day. So things like that. That's what I like. All right. So let's open the chat up and let's see what's going on here. And we'll talk a little bit about all this stuff wow, okay, we got a lot of stuff here. Okay, and like I said, if you guys are here, you just jumped in, just let me know who you are, where you're coming from, so I can give you a shout out. And let's see here. Okay. I'm just going all the way to the top. Okay, Lionel, hello there from extremely windy Chicago. Is it just windy in Chicago, Lionel, or is it snowing? All right, that guy is still in Costa Rica. How you feeling, that guy? Are you feeling better? Because I know you had the neurovirus or whatever you said. How did the wedding go? Have you shot that yet? Let's see. Pretty good day today. Adam, what's up? Kenneth, Altered Illusions. People heard I was in. And boom. All right, Walker. A lot of excitement out of you, Walker. Let's see. Kai, Southwest can't use points in cash. Oh, okay. And a lot, well, I mean, you could be creative about it, though, Kai, if you want to fly one way. So do a one way using points and then the return using cash. You could try to do that. Let's see, Walker, I actually have this card. Which card is this card? The American Airlines card or the Spirit card? Let's see. Stunning. If anyone needs an Amex referral link. Okay, so David has a link for you guys for Amex if you want to get a card. An Amex card. Let's see. I have this AA card. So how do you like it, Jeremy? How do you like that card? Let's see. And do you use it? Because like I said, I don't use mine anymore. Thanks for the email last night. Kind words. I'll be back on in an hour or so. Thanks for the great live streams. All right, David, you take care. I can't self-refer, but thanks, David. Okay, I have like 85,000. All right, my mouse is okay. So Walker, I have like 85,000, but never used them. Is that for the? Okay, that's AA. Yeah, I mean it's good to have. Like it's good to have points just sitting there. I have about 18,000 points, which isn't going to get me very far, but at least give me a one-way ticket somewhere. So if I'm in a bind, and this happens, let's say you're trying to get home and you get back to the U.S., but now the flights are canceled because of weather or what have you, and now you have to scramble to try to find a flight home. Let's say you have work the next day and you have to scramble so you can get back to work. Well, then that's where you can jump in there and try to use some points or try to do something to get home. So it is good to have it just in case of emergency. But those points here that I have, I'm not eager to use them unless I really have to use them. All right, how to build your credit TV. What's going on, man? Let's see. I made one of your lives. Yeah. Hey, I've seen your channel too, man. You got good stuff going on there. Let's see, Jeremy. I have 113,000. Wow, struggling to burn them. You can burn them easily. Just just get you a first class ticket somewhere. That's a one-way ticket. And what I do and what I would recommend if you're trying to burn them, as you'd say, fly somewhere, especially if you're going overseas. Use points or pay cash or whatever to get there, and then that return flight. Usually, I like to do the return flight first class. Do a first class on the way back, and I'm telling you, you will have the experience of your life if you do it right. Now, like when I say overseas, I'm talking 11, 12-hour flight, and get on one of the, because American Airlines, it's a one world partner, so they have these different airline partners. Find one of the nice planes, and you can burn that 113,000 points easily on a one-way ticket. But I'm telling you, it will be the experience of your life. Like when I flew first class on British Airways, there's 747 where you're right underneath the pilot. They have you're right in the nose of the plane, and that was the experience. I've never had an experience like that ever in my life. So yeah, I did it with American Airlines points. British Airways, American Airlines are partners, and I booked it, and it was nice. It was nice, but it didn't cost me that much. It was more around. This was a couple of years ago. It was about 70,000, I believe, 70,000 or 75,000 for that one way. Okay, love the channel. Thanks. How to build credit TV. That's a good problem to have, Jeremy. Yeah, having a lot of points is, yeah. Trying to figure out how to burn your points that's definitely a good problem. Okay, Walker, really, James. How you doing, James? Let's see, Walker. I have 22,000 spirit miles. All right, keep using that card because if you don't use that card within 3 months, they can take all those points away from you. So 22,000 miles. That's probably gets you like 10 flights somewhere. All right, kid. I'm teasing Walker. He knows it's all fun. Not everybody's on board with Spirit. So let's see, Kenneth. I fly to Panama with American Airlines for 30,000 AA miles. Great deal. Yeah, 30,000. That's good, and that's actually less than it would cost if I were using United. So United would probably be around 40,000. 20,000 each way. I'm thinking you're saying 30,000 the round trip, but yeah, it's generally 20,000 each way with United. So you would save a little bit of points with that. Plus, we just saw the Addvantage points. Their bonus is higher right now. It's at 50,000. Okay. All right. I don't hear anything. Can't see. All right. So I went out. Audio. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is where I went out. So I'm coming back, everybody. Yeah, I lost you. Yes, we hear you, man. Okay. All right. Espro, what's going on? Um, all right, James. Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that. They need to give you more than 2 points. Let's be honest. Yeah, and I agree, Walker. Just talking about the both airline credit cards, 2 points per dollar. That's really weak. And that whole talk that they were having, some of the some of the blogs were putting this out about these credit card companies are saying that they didn't necessarily say they were losing money, but they're just saying that they're not making the money that they thought that they would make with these credit cards, with all the benefits they're giving and all that stuff. And basically, people are getting the cards, getting the bonus, and then not using the card anymore. Well, this is a perfect reason why. I mean, they can do a little bit less with the American Airlines card or the branded cards because they have kind of a reason for you to keep the card. The free bags is a reason for you to keep the card. And like the hotel branded cards, the same thing. The free night is a reason to keep the card. So they can justify that way, so they don't really have to give you anything additional as far as points and stuff like that. But you will have people that will get the card, like I get the card. I'm not going to use it for earn because I can earn better with other cards that I have. So if you have more than one, if you only have that card, just one branded American Airlines or United or Delta, if you only have that one card, then yes, you're going to use that card. But if you have other cards and they're only offering you 2 points for every dollar spent, but your other cards are getting you 3 points for every dollar spent, or even higher, 5 points for every dollar spent in some situations, then why are you going to use that card? You're just not. So I've always said this when I saw these things coming out in the blogs. I'm just like, the companies need to understand they need to make better cards and not have so many different cards. Give us a couple of good solid cards, and we're going to use them because that's I mean, if you're going to give me points, I'm going to use the card if it's a good card. But if it's not a good card, then yeah, I'm just going to put it in my sock drawer and pull it out only when I need to fly or what have you. In situations like the Advantage card, you don't even need it for that. As long as it's linked to your account, I don't have to use it anymore. And if I fly on American Airlines or their partners, I still get the free check back. All right. Let's see. Citi boosted my AA bonus from 60,000 to 75,000. That's cool, Kenneth. So you probably got it when it was a 60,000 bonus, sign-up bonus, I think you're saying, and then they probably changed it to 75,000 when you had the card and you were still probably trying to hit that minimum spend, and they honored it. I'm guessing that's what you're saying. But yeah, that's good. Another good thing that Citi does, and I will say this, is actually Chase does it too, but I just haven't jumped on any of Chase's promotions. But Citi will do a promotion. They were doing this for the last 2 years that I had the card, and it wasn't. It was part of it was because I had the card, because they would send me open up a checking account, put $750 in there, spend the $750, but then also use 2 bill pays or something like that. And they would give me 50,000 points toward my Advantage card, toward my Advantage account, either my Advantage account or thank you points. But I always went with Advantage over the thank you points. So they do that like twice a year. It seemed like they put it out there twice a year. So you're able to really maximize or really get your points up there just by opening up an account. And you can do it once a year. So they give you 2 opportunities. You do it once every year, and that's an extra 50,000 points that you can get. Okay, Kai, trading cards with fuel purchases. Is that a question, or is that what you're doing? Okay, Walker. Okay, what are we saying here? 25% back on Wi-Fi is decent. Yeah, that's pretty good. I've never gotten Wi-Fi on a plane, and I don't even know how much it is, to be honest with you. But I guess, yeah, 25%. Anything back is great. Okay, Kai, cheating, laugh out loud. That guy, have you guys used Mobile Pass? Have you used Global Entry? But Mobile Pass made it so much easier to go through customs for free. Yeah, that guy, that's good that you brought that up. And I was talking about this with some other people. So they have the mobile passport now, so you can put it on your phone. I've never tried it because I have global entry, and I'm kind of irritated that I have global entry. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm happy that I have global entry, but I'm irritated that this mobile passport thing is out now. So, and I've heard that it's really easy to use, and you can just kind of walk right through, just like global entry. But obviously, global entry costs $100, and this mobile passport is just an app that you have on your phone. So. I'd be interested to know. So that guy, do you use it? Is it good? Or are you asking that question? I guess. Have you guys used mobile passport? Yeah, it looks like you're asking the question. So if anybody in here has used mobile passport, let us know how it is, like what the experience is. What I've heard is the experience is almost identical to global entry, but global entry you have to go to. Well, you get to go on a separate line, which I think mobile passport has their own line as well. And global entry you have to go to a kiosk. Whereas with a mobile passport, it's all on your phone, and you just walk in. I think it gives you like some kind of a code and takes your picture, and you answer a few questions. So it's pretty much like global entry, but just on your phone. So I'd be interested to know what your experience has been, and maybe I don't know if I should do it because I have global entry. It's one of those things where I have global entry, so I don't want to use it because I have global entry. But I'd be interested to know how it is, and is it any faster, or is it kind of about the same? My thoughts are that global entry will still be the best option, because once everyone starts getting into the mobile passport thing, then that line's going to be long as well, because it's free, and most people have a smartphone, so they can use it. So I think global entry is still going to win out in the long run, but the mobile passport is still relatively new, and so there are a lot of people that don't know about it and don't use it. So the more and more people that use it, then that's when global entry will will win out. They have to win out. It's just one of those things, right? I paid money for it. It's got to work. Okay, let's see. A doesn't. David, what's mobile passport? Mobile pass, that guy never heard. Okay, yeah, David. So I hope I answered your question with the mobile passport. Yeah, it's an app. You can get it. It's so you can breeze through the coming back into the country a lot faster. I already have global pre-check, so it won't matter. Yeah, I'm the same way with you, David. I have it too, just like I said. But I'm just curious. I want to know what that experience is. So I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to pay attention this time when I go through, just to see how long that line is for the mobile passport, and I'm gonna kind of I'm still going to use global entry. But I'm gonna kind of like try to see if I can gauge how long it takes me as opposed to someone who went through. Maybe someone hopefully around me is going through the mobile passport while I'm going through as well. I mean, because global entry is a little more. You got to go. They do a little background on you and all that. So I would hope that that's still gonna be the quicker option, but we'll see. Let's see. Ken is asking, do you fly Avianca? I have not flown Avianca, but I will be flying Avianca on this trip, and I will be doing a review on Avianca. Why not? So I'll do a review, and then I'll post it on my channel. So you can check that out and get an experience. But I haven't flown them before. I don't believe I've flown. I don't think I've flown on them before. Copa, I know I've flown on Copa before, in JetBlue, and this is mainly going to Colombia. That's what I'm thinking about. But I don't think I've been on Avianca before, and I'll be on their business class too. So I'll give you guys a video on that. All right, let's see. Easy, 50,000 for economy isn't worth it. No, it's not worth it. You are 100% correct. But when they tell you no blackout dates, that's what they mean. No blackout dates. So if we don't have very many seats available in economy, we're going to make it undesirable for you to use your points to get it. And that's pretty much what they're doing. So yeah, like I said, it's good if you're in a bind and you have to fly, but in that situation, let's say I'm set on flying economy, or let's put it this way. Let's say it's last minute that you're going to book, and it's 50,000 for economy, and it's 90,000 for business class, and you want to use points, In a situation like that, that's where I'm looking at the portal. That's where I'm going through the portal and seeing if there's anything that's available that you should be able to get something available that's less than that. So, and that's also too where it's better to diversify your points, because if you have points in the Ultimate Rewards program, then you have points in the Amex, the membership rewards program. Well, now you have more options. So if United is booked up, then you can look and see, okay, maybe I can get a flight using my Amex points. So that's where it really pays off to diversify your points. All right, let's see, or just pay cash. Yeah, just pay cash for that. And I mean, you're not always going to be able to use your points. You just aren't. And in a lot of situations, I'm looking at how many points I'm using. I'm looking at the value that I'm getting out of those points. And if I'm not getting good value out of those points, I'm not going to use those points. It doesn't make any sense. I'll pay cash. I have cash to pay, so why not pay cash and save those points? Because I know in the future that I can use those points for something else. And I gave you an example, I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before, where I tried to set up my whole United flight perfectly, and I wanted to get that stopover in there and not have to use points, but I wasn't able to do that. So they were telling me it's going to cost me 20,000 points to do a one-way flight from Barranquilla, Colombia to Medellin, Colombia. And it's only like an hour and a half flight. And they wanted 20,000 points. And that was 20,000, was that for, might have been, actually I think that was business class. So 20,000 for business class. I didn't even see it for economy, but the whole moral of the story is they wanted 20,000 points, which bare minimum, 20,000 points, I can get $200 for that, right? And then they also wanted me to pay this outrageous fee. It's like $120 for the taxes and fees. So I looked at that and I told myself, there's no way I'm using 20,000 points to do that flight. So then I went and looked at how much it would be for cash to fly business class, $135 for that flight. I'm paying cash. It doesn't make sense for me to pay $120 for taxes and fees plus 20,000 points to fly somewhere that I only need to pay $135 to do. So that's what I did. And so you just have to look. You really have to kind of look. And if there's value, even if it's close, let's just say that flight was $250 and I needed to use 20,000 points. And let's waive that taxes and fees. But let's just say I needed to use 20,000 points. I would still pay cash. Just because at 20,000 points, I know I can get better value with that. That's a one-way ticket somewhere. I know I can get better value with the 20,000 points than $250. So I'll spend $250 cash. All right. Okay, where are we? What do you think about the business version of the Explorer? So far, I like it. I've had it maybe 2.5 months, and I like it. Or maybe not even that long. Maybe a month. Yeah, I think I've had it a month, but we'll see. I will use it this time when I'm traveling traveling on Friday night, doing a red eye, and so we'll see. United, I've had a pretty good experience with them. I'll be flying business class, so I have you have your little separate lines and your priority boarding and all that stuff. So I'm not going to really use my card for the priority boarding. I'll have priority boarding with the business class, and then the priority check-in, which you don't get priority check-in with a card, but if you're flying business class, you'll get it. So I'll do that. But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how the card works out. So far, I'm happy with it, and with that sign-up bonus, which I haven't even hit the sign-up bonus yet, but with that 75,000 sign-up bonus, that'll be nice. Okay. Places. Okay, so that guy's just answering David as far as with the card, that mobile passport. And I highly recommend, if you do not have global entry, I highly recommend doing the the mobile passport, because that is, if according to what my friends are saying, it's better than global entry, but it's definitely better than doing the normal. You get back to the States and you have to wait in the long customs line. It's better than that. So get that mobile passport. The government is pushing people on. They want people to get this mobile passport. It just makes things a lot easier for them as well. So you should definitely jump on that if you're flying out of the country. Jump on that. Now, the benefit of global entry, one of the big benefits is when you get global entry, you also get TSA PreCheck. So no matter where you're flying, you get to go, or if you're starting in the U.S., no matter where you're flying, you get to go to a separate line, the TSA PreCheck line, as opposed to standing in the regular line when you go through the checkpoint. So that's good too, where the mobile passport's not going to give you any special preferential treatment when you're flying within the U.S. or when you're even flying out of the country. You're not going to go through a separate line. Okay, that guy in your phone app, you skip the long lines as they have a separate line for the mobile passport. Yeah, so this is when you're coming back in the country, you have a separate line for mobile passport. So you have global entry line, mobile passport line, and then the regular line. All right, Reckless Weekend, what's going on? I'm always late. That's all right, brother. Kyle, the best benefit of the City Advantage card is being able to product change in Costco card. And I don't understand what you're saying. Kyle, I don't understand. You're saying to product change to Costco card in a year. Yeah, I don't understand what you're saying. So if you can kind of just elaborate just a little bit so we can understand. I want to know what that benefit is because I have the card. So I might want to jump on that. And I do like going to Costco. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, let us know what that is, Kyle. If maybe it's extended an extra year or something like that. Let's see. How many Chase Ink cards do you have? And do you think it is a good idea to go after 2 or 3 ink cards for the sign-up bonuses? I have 2 ink cards right now, and I have an old card, so I'm like grandfathered in on the Chase Ink Business Plus card. So I have that one, and then I have the Chase Ink Unlimited card. And I mean, some of the sign-up bonus for the Chase Ink Unlimited card, and that's a 0 annual fee card, was 50,000 points, which is excellent. So if you have the room, to get those cards, I would definitely, when I say the room, I shouldn't even say the room. Well, yeah. So you will need the room in order to get the card. When I say the room, you need to be under 524 to get the card, but it's not going to count as one of your 5 cards once you get the card, if that makes sense. So, and I keep, every time I talk about this, I just want to make sure everybody understands. So if you're at 524 right now and you try to get that ink card, you're not going to be able to get it. But if you're at 424 right now, you can get that ink card, and then when you get that ink card, it's not going to count toward that 5. So you'll still have an open slot to get another card. Because it's a business card, they separate them. But if you're already over 524, you're not going to be able to get. You won't be able to get any new Chase cards that are in that category thing, whatever that Chase has. The unwritten rule that Chase has. Okay, Nika, what's going on? That guy, let's see. Daniel, if you can get multiple inks and hit the bonuses easy, it's as long as you can also make it work for you without spending extra. Yeah, and that's my advice too, Daniel. I guess I didn't even really tell you, but if you can meet the criteria to get them, I would, and just I would definitely get them for the points. Now understand too that like the Chase Ink Unlimited, that card is a no annual fee card, and it's one of those cards that you need to have a transfer buddy or transfer partner with it. Like you don't get transfer partners automatically with that card. It's considered a cashback card. It's just like the Chase Freedom card, the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. So you're going to need a Chase Sapphire Preferred, a Chase Sapphire Reserve, or the Chase Ink. In my case, the Chase Ink Business Plus card is the one that I have, but then they have that other Chase Ink Preferred card, I think it's called. You're going to need that card or one of those cards in order to transfer your points from one of the 0 annual fee cards up to that card so you can transfer it to the transfer partners. So I hope that makes sense, because without it, all you can use it for is like a cashback option. All right, Daniel. Okay. I use my Note 8 for all purchases with credit cards. That's cool. You know what? And Kai's just talking about how he uses his phone for for making purchases with his credit cards. I started doing that, but it just felt weird doing it. I don't know. I don't do it anymore. It just feels weird. It's all maybe I'm old fashioned, but you just pull out your credit card and do it that way. It just seems better for me. So I don't really use my phone to do that anymore. But I still have a couple of my credit cards on my phone. Okay, easy, careful it might explode. Oh, wow. All right. Let's see. Thinking of upgrading my wife's Chase Sapphire Preferred to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So Kai's saying he's thinking of upgrading. Um, yeah, I like the Chase Sapphire Reserve. He's thinking of upgrading his wife's, or maybe she's thinking of upgrading her card from the Chase Sapphire Preferred to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Uh, I like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and if you have that opportunity, I would jump on that. Easy, is she eligible for Sapphire bonus? Let's see. Oh, we skipped. Let me go back here. Okay. I lost my place. It goes all the way. Sometimes it just drops me all the way down to the bottom, so I got to work all the way back up. Let's see. Olanika, all right. No problem. Taking an upgrade. Here we go. And do you have a Chase Sapphire Reserve in the household already? Might be worth it to downgrade to the Freedom and then reapply for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Yeah, Easy makes a good point as far as to Kai's question of upgrading to from the Chase Sapphire Preferred to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Well, if Kai, and he's talking about his wife, so if Kai has the card already, then maybe downgrade it to the Freedom and then try to reapply for the Chase Sapphire Reserve and get it that way. That way you get the bonus, the sign-up bonus. Okay. Kai just got it last year and coming up. So let's get double dip with Chase on travel credits. Kai might deny her for you having one already as someone the computer tags you. Both have a Sapphire. Okay. So that guy's just saying that it might, in answering Kai, just saying that it might cause a. She might not be able to get it because they might tag, like, realize that that he has the card and they might not let her get it. I don't know how that works, especially if you have like separate. Maybe if your finances are separate, I don't know if if they would know that unless you have like you signed up for a card with him. Let's see, Agent West Coast, what's going on? The AA card wins due to 2 times on car gas, and person can easily book hotels through AA website and still get 2 times for AA purchases. Yeah, as a matter, it's funny you brought that up, Agent West Coast. I just booked a hotel through their portal, through the AA portal, on booking.com. Yeah, and it's like I said, it's what you think. It depends on your needs. So certain cards might be better for you than other cards. The gas is definitely a good benefit to have, but not everyone drives a lot, or not. Some people don't drive at all. Some people, like my commute to work is very, very short, so I don't spend that much money on gas on a regular basis. But some other people do. Like I have coworkers that are driving an hour and a half every day, so they would definitely benefit from that gas perk. But just you have to look at the cards that you already have, and if you're looking at the cards that you already have, you might have a card already that gets you 2 times on gas or even more. So you can use that card in place, or use that card, and you don't need the AA card. You can get another card. So it all comes down to what you need. And so I like to do reviews of both cards, but then you also need to think in your head, okay, well, it's not going to meet everyone's needs. So in my case, the Explorer card wins out for me. And the big reason, like I said when I first started, is the customer service. It really comes down to that for me, because they're still closely matched. Both cards are very closely matched, but when it comes down to customer service, that's what gives me the headaches that I don't want to have to deal with. And so, if you're allowing your company to every time I think about American Airlines, it just frustrates me. But like I said, and it wasn't just that one incident where I was talking about the whole canceled flight. Even when I got back, so I was gone for 6 days, came back on the way back from Las Vegas, because I had a layover in Las Vegas before I flew back home, and I was coming from out of the country. They lost my luggage, so my luggage was left in Vegas. But I'm at home, so I'm okay. But I went to report it in the baggage claim. Just tell them, hey, my bag's not here. Oh yeah, you know what? It's in Las Vegas. And so, what frustrated me was the fact that he wanted me to come back to get my bag. So come back the next day. That's never acceptable. Just so you guys know, and I talked about this last week. Anytime they lose your bags, or anytime what do they call it? They don't call it lose, because you're not technically, the bag's not lost. It's still in the system, but it's just not at your airport. It's just not with you, so it's not lost. But anytime that happens, they need to bring that bag to you. I don't care if it's at your house or if you're in a hotel somewhere. You should never have to come pick your bags up. But that's what he pushed on me. Like, what did he say? He said, oh yeah, the bag will be back. It should be here by noon tomorrow. You can come by and pick it up. And I was like, no, I'm not coming back up here and pick it up. First off, it's 45 minutes from where I live, LAX is. And second, they need to do that. I mean, because they're inconveniencing me. So that's another thing where it's like, no, you have someone upset already because their bags aren't here. The very least that you can do is be kind to him, which he was polite, but let them know, hey, we'll take care of it. We'll bring it to you. What's your address? That really, for me, that would really diffuse the situation, or at least make me feel like, okay, they're taking care of me. But no, that's not what he said. He was like, hey, yeah, you can come back and pick it up. It should be here around 12. No. All right. It's an upgrade, not an app. Let's see what. Easy. The Note 7 blew up. Yeah, it's a Note 7, not the Note 8. That blew up. AA shopping portal earns extra points. Yes, that's true, Kai. And I haven't even, does United have a shopping portal? I haven't even looked on that. If you guys know, put it in the comments or in the chat. But AA does have a shopping portal. You can go through there and you can earn extra points just by shopping. And what I do a lot is I'll shop. I don't use the AA portal, but I use the Ultimate Rewards portal. But I'll go on there and I'll order stuff for pickup. So if I already know I need to pick up something at Staples, or I need to pick up something at Best Buy. Best Buy is great. Like, Best Buy's system is great. And usually when it's Best Buy, right? You're buying electronics, you're buying stuff that's expensive. So I'll go this far. I'll go in the store, find what I want, and then go order order it through the portal, and then pick it up. And you can get a lot of points by doing that. I think Best Buy at the time, it was like 2 points per dollar, but you're still going to get points you're going to get more points than you would get normally. In some situations, you're only going to get 1 point per dollar for electronics and stuff like that. So you can get 1 point per dollar with your card, and then using the portal, you're going to get additional 2 points. So that's good. Okay. Let's see. Does anyone know the Amex Wells Fargo Propel card count towards the 524 or the 5 card limit for Amex? I do not know that, David. Let's see. David, yeah, but I'm still going to crap on Samsung. Okay. All right. Be battling with Samsung and iPhones now. Let's see. I haven't known that. Not since issuing the bank is Wells Fargo and Amex. It doesn't go against the cap. Okay. Which hotel or hotel chain is your favorite? I am going to NAR convention in San Francisco coming November for 5 days. James, we just talked, and my favorite hotel chain is Hyatt, and we just talked, I think it was yesterday, about Hyatt Regency. I don't know if you stayed at the Hyatt Regency. I can't remember who it was, but someone that had stayed at the Hyatt Regency. I like the Hyatt Regency there. It's not right in the heart of San Francisco. I don't know exactly where this convention is going to be, but that would really determine, obviously, where you're going to stay. But Hyatt has 3 hotels out there in San Francisco. They have a Hyatt Centric, the Hyatt Regency, and then I think like a Park Hyatt. The Park Hyatt is like that's the real nice one. So it'll probably cost you more points in order to book. It will cost you more points to book it. But the Hyatt Regency was fine with me, but it's not. It's a little distance from the downtown San Francisco area. When I say a little distance, it's probably about 10, 15 minutes. And then the Hyatt Centric is right in downtown, as well as the Park Hyatt. All right, Kyle. The City AA card is pretty blah. The Barclays AA Aviator card is supposed to get a bit refreshed, according to DOC. Okay. That guy, David, what's... okay, you'll love the Puerto Rico. It's Isla del Encantado. I keep hearing he is going to get the complete AA card profile and buy the Barclays side. Yeah, I haven't heard any rumors about the city getting all the whole portfolio. Let's see. And Marriott, we're calling. Okay, I'm just briefly going through all this stuff, guys. Hey, doing much better. Thanks. I got through the job without a hitch, and it was an easy day. I'll just relaxing before flight tomorrow. Okay, that's good that you're feeling better, that guy. So that guy was just telling us he's in Costa Rica doing a videography for a wedding, and he got sick. That's the worst thing. I do photography. I do wedding photography, and that's like the biggest fear, getting sick before a wedding, because you have to do it. Like it's, I mean, you're you're kind of stuck when it comes to that situation. So yeah, that's good that worked out though. Say I would rather use 2% cash back than 2 points, a 2-point card. So why are you saying that? So that guy said that he would rather use 2% cash back than a 2 times points card. Why would you say that? And the way that I look at the points, the cash back versus points, it depends. Well, first off, it depends on what your goals are. So my goal is to travel. So when I look at cashback cards, they're not going to give me the value that points will give me if I want to travel. So, and I'll give you an example. Let's say I have 50,000 points and I want to cash those out. So I cash those out, I get $500. That's the going rate, right? Let's say I want to travel somewhere and I have that $500 because I cashed it out. So now I can book on wherever I want to go, book on book on any airline or any hotel. I can put that money toward that. However, when I have points, if I have 50,000 points, those 50,000 points, and we saw with the Addvantage card when I was showing you guys, it's 12,500 points for fly pretty much anywhere in the U.S. with the exception of Alaska and Hawaii. A round trip ticket is 25,000 points. So you can just think, if you're flying from Los Angeles to New York, your ticket is probably going to be $350 to $400, and you can get two of those, two round trip tickets with points. Whereas if I just cashed out, if I did a cash back, got my points, I'm only going to be able to really get one round trip ticket out of that $500 that I have. So that's kind of the way I look at points. So if you're the type of person that you don't like to travel, or that's not something that you want to do, but you just want to earn those points so you can use it as cash back, well then yes, it makes sense. But if you want to travel, then that's where the 2 points for every dollar is more valuable. All right. Okay, what's going on? What's the difference between the Advantage and the Aviator? Let's see. They are offering the card applications on my recent flight on AA. So they're offering both of them, or separate? So the Aviator, is the Aviator Barclay? I think it's Barclay, right? It's just different different carriers. Like Citi is the Advantage card, and let's see. Let me see, because I've never even looked at the Aviator card, since I'm not very happy with. I'm looking at the card right now. That's why I'm not very happy with AA. What kind of card is this? This is not what I was looking for. Okay. No, it's a MasterCard. Yeah, it's a Barclay card. So that's the major difference. Now, I don't know as far as benefits. I haven't even looked at this card before, but we can look at it right now and see what's going on with it. So let's do that. Let's open it up. Okay, so this is the Aviator card. I'm hoping this is the one that you were talking about. So this is a Barclay card, whereas the other one is a Citi card. So different banks dealing with these cards. So you're going to get a 60,000 bonus points, and that's after, what are you spending here? After making your first purchase in the first 90 days and paying the annual fee. Okay, that's interesting. So you only need to make one purchase and then, I guess, pay the annual fee, and then you'll get the 60,000 bonus points. So there's really no minimum spend to hit, which is good. So you can get 60,000 bonus points for that. And you earn 1 times points Advantage miles for every $1 spent on all other purchases. What's the other one? Okay, so you don't get, so with this card, you're not really getting that much with the earn possibility on this card, because you don't have any additional. So you don't have 2 points for every dollar with restaurants. You don't have 2 points for every dollar with gas stations. You're just going to get it if you're flying on that airline. So the real benefit of this card is hitting that bonus. So this is probably one of those cards you get and you, I don't know, get it and cancel it. I don't know. I wouldn't tell you what to do with the card, but I do know that in the long run, this card is not going to earn you that much. Even though the other card doesn't earn you a substantial amount more, but you still have some other categories that you can work with. With this one, you can only get 2 points for every dollar spent with the airline. That's it, and then 1 point for everything else. So it doesn't really get you a lot. You get the free check bag. That's good. Preferred boarding, 25%. No foreign transaction fees. Okay. Zero fraud protection. Yeah, so it's pretty much all the other little benefits you'll get, but it's just the earn possibility in this card is not very good. And then you're paying that annual fee right up front, so you don't get it waived for a year. So that's what I'm seeing with this card. Let me know if you guys see anything different. But let's go ahead and look back at the chat. Okay, going for Amex Delta next. That's Kai talking about. He's going for the Delta next. Yeah, I haven't flown on Delta. I'm giving United a shot. Now, if they're good, I'm set. If they're not, then that's my next option. Kyle, the city has better multipliers. Okay, yeah, so negotiable. Otherwise, they're much the same. Barclay is a little harder to get, but the minimum spend is one purchase. Yeah. Okay, so we kind of went over that. Um, let's see. Hey, what's going on? Is that Pariah? Pariah 79. What's going on? Let's see. Can I get the reserve? Okay, Michael, Aviator issued Barclays. And the core advantage issued city. Okay, so we talked about that. Rican Delta 18,000 points left. So you got a one-way ticket there. I don't know what Delta does as far as their points, how they value their points, but uh, in that case, you have 18,000. Maybe use the card a little bit or bump up your points to 25,000 and do a round trip ticket somewhere in the U.S. Let's see, easy in with the AA U.S. Air merger. Let's see. Yeah, free app. No. Okay, so we're talking about the app still. TSA Pre is what makes global entry different, but mobile passport is more than enough. Okay, so that's that guy talking about the mobile passport. Like I said, that's a good thing, and the mobile passport is definitely something you should consider doing if you're flying or getting if you're flying outside of the country. It just irritates me that they have it because we had to pay for global entry. But you know what? My global entry will be up, I think, next year, so I'm still gonna get it again. I mean, and now you have the credit anyway, so it's free, but you do have to go through some extra steps in order to get it. And I'm interested to know. I've never renewed it before, so what's that process like? Do I still have to go to one of these centers, which I probably will because they're gonna have to take another picture of me. But I would think that that process would be a lot faster, considering that they've already done the background. They already issued me the card, so maybe, yeah, I would think they'd have to still do another background because something could have happened in that 5 year, but it won't be as long as the initial one that they do. And I don't think they do much. I think they just run your name and your information through their data system just to see if there's any hits or anything like that. If you're a felon or anything like that. Let's see. Kai spent $450 for the reserve. I'll get the platinum. It's not towards my 5 Amex cards. Okay. David, what Delta card do you? Gold, I'm thinking. I have the Amex trifecta, platinum, rose gold, and everyday. Love Amex. Okay, yeah. So he's got that Amex going there. So Pry is saying he's got the platinum, the rose gold, and the everyday card with the Amex, and that's good. I mean, that's now you need to start getting into the chase cards, get a chase trifecta, and you'll have a real good system. Okay, David says Amex is the best. That guy, it's only for inbound to U.S. So that's that. Yeah, and that guy's just saying that he's talking about the mobile passport. So if I didn't, I think I kind of talked. I think I talked about it, but yes, it's only for entering the country. So if you're coming into the U.S., mobile passport, that's what you use. But it doesn't benefit you at all if you're in the U.S. already and you're just flying from one state to the next. It's not going to benefit you in that situation. So that's where global entry really steps up because global entry gets you TSA pre-check. So you're able to use because TSA pre-check is for traveling within the U.S. Go through a separate line, don't have to take your shoes off, don't have to take your computers out. That's what that TSA pre-check is for. And then the global entry half is for entering the country. So you have global entry for entering the country and mobile passport for entering the country. And they both work, from what I'm hearing, they're both, I know for a fact because I've used global entry, it's a lot faster. But from what I'm hearing, the mobile passport is also a lot faster. Okay, love Amex. Also, just wish had primary card insurance and better travel insurance, or primary car insurance. Yeah, And yeah, and Price is just saying that he loves Amex, but he wishes that the Amex cards had primary car insurance as well as the uh, as well as better travel insurance. And so, yeah, the just so you know, Chase Sapphire Reserve, Chase Sapphire Preferred, they both have primary rental car insurance. So you don't, when you go to get your rental car, you don't have to pay that extra to get the primary insurance or rely on your insurance company. And like if there's a lot of insurance companies will carry you even if you're driving a rental car. So you can do that, or you can just use your credit card, which is better, right? You want to use your credit card because if you use your insurance, if you get in an accident, you use your insurance, and your rates can go up. So it's a benefit to have that primary insurance with your card. And you do need to use the card when you book it, like when you book the rental car. Okay, let's see. And then there are also some business cards that will give you that same thing, primary. I believe the one that I have, the Chase Ink Business Plus, gives me the same thing, but it has to be for business purposes. So if I'm on vacation and it has nothing to do with business, and I use that card and it doesn't give me the primary car insurance. Okay, Sean, what is the best first Amex card to get? I'll just say this. I don't have any Amex cards. If I were looking to get an Amex card right now, it would be the Amex Gold, and then I would get the Amex Platinum. Or either or. Now that I have cards right now, it doesn't really matter, but I would get either of those cards. I would start with one of those cards, I should say. Some people aren't comfortable if you don't have credit cards already, and you don't really know how to do the travel reward stuff. You might not want to just jump into an Amex Platinum $500 annual fee, or even an Amex Gold because of the $250 annual fee. So maybe get an everyday card or something like that. But ultimately, you're going to want to get to the Amex Platinum. So that's the way that I feel about it. Okay, Sean, the Platinum card. That's David saying that. First Amex would be the no annual fee Amex Everyday or Blue Cash. Yeah, and if you can avoid, like, my whole thing is, if I would have known, maybe look at it this way to answer that question. Do your research before. When I say do your research, know how these cards work and know how the points work. And then you can jump into higher end cards. You don't have to start off. I was thinking, okay, I want to first start, and this is, you want to have good credit already, right? So some people are thinking, oh, well, I'll get the annual fee card first to see if I can, do that, and then I'll get this card, and then it's kind of work your way up the ladder. But if you do your research and you know what's going on, and maybe you have a credit card already, you have a couple of credit cards that you use for, you have them, but they're not travel cards. You know how credit cards work. And you do need to change your kind of mindset. And I won't say everyone's the same, but the way my mindset was I would use my credit card only for emergency purposes. And I would use it because I didn't have the money to pay. Let's say I'm getting it's not payday week and something goes down with my car, so I'm using this card because I don't have the money, but then I'll pay it over time or what have you. So that's the opposite way of the way you should be thinking. You should be thinking of it along the lines of, you're using this card only to maximize points. So you're using this card because you want to earn more points, and then you're just paying it off every 2 weeks. So you have the money, but you're just using the card because you want to get the points. So that's the way that I think about it now. So there's no shame in just jumping in and getting a card that's a $250 annual fee, or getting a card that's a $550 annual fee. As long as you know that you can handle it, ultimately you're going to get there. Like, I'm just telling you, you're not going to get a 0 annual fee card or get a 2, 3, 4 0 annual fee cards and say, I got it all made now and I can travel anywhere I want to travel. You're going to move up that chain and you're going to get to the point where you're going to be spending the $550 or the $450 for a card, if you're serious about it, if you're serious about travel. Now, if you just want the cashback card, which a lot of people do, they just want a card that'll get them cash back, get them a little extra money every here and there, then go with the no annual fee cards, and that's good. But if you want to use it for travel, you're going to move up that chain, and you'll get to that point where you're going to be at the very least, you're going to be considering getting one of those top tier cards. I would say gold, but some say platinum. But the $550 scares. Yeah, I would start with the gold if I were in the situation. That's the way that I would look at it. Let's see, Kai. I am agreeing with David. Let's see, Sean. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, the $550 annual fee. Yeah, and Sean, you're the one that asked the question, I think, initially. What? Yeah, you're the one that asked the question initially. So the way that I look at it, Sean, is this. Like I said, do your research and figure out how you can maximize that or get that $100 or $550 annual fee paid off by the things that you do. Okay, you have the Uber credits, you have the what are the credits? They give you like a airline travel credit. You have to specify the airline, but as long as you make a commitment, let's say you fly on American Airlines, that's your air carrier, or United, or what have you. You let them know, let the American Express Platinum know that this is the airline you want to fly, so you get that $200 credit. So you can, so if, as long as you're traveling, you're going to use that $200 credit. So that's $200 off that you don't have to worry about, according to looking at the 550. And then you just work it down. So you look at all the different benefits that you can get with that card, and you really try to maximize all those benefits, and then that will bring that $550 down to, hopefully brings it down to nothing. And I always say, think of it this way. How many times do you travel a year? Let's say you travel once a year. How much money do you spend when you travel that one time a year? Do you spend more than $550, or do you spend less? And if the answer is I spend less than $550, then don't get that card, and don't get an annual card that's around that annual fee. But if you spend more than $550 on travel and you only do it once a year, well, then the answer is get the card and use all those benefits to get you to that point where that $550 is null and void. So that's kind of the way you look at it, or that's the way I would look at it if I was in that situation. Now, I am not a financial expert by any means. I'm just telling you what works for me, and I'm telling you the way that I kind of started doing this. And I was the same way, Sean. Just like you, I was thinking, because I got the Chase Sapphire Reserve, there's no way I would get a card that's a $450 annual fee. But when they launched that card, and it was 100,000 bonus points, and I already had the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and I'm thinking, and at that time you could get the Chase Sapphire Reserve even if you had the Preferred. I was thinking, wow, I get lounge access, I get this, I get a $300 travel credit. I'm getting it. So I got it, and I've been happy ever since. I mean, yes, every August that $450 bill comes due, but I already know that I've gotten that benefit, that like I've already spent the $300 travel credit to go to Colombia. So part of my hotel stay is going to be that $300. So that's the way that you have to look at it. That's the way I look at it. All right, yeah, that's what I think. Let's see. Never understood people get scared. High annual fees. Those West cards always get way more value. The annual fee. Just my opinion. Yeah, and that's what it is. You're putting that money out there, and what David's saying is, there's no reason to be scared about that $450 or the $550 annual fee. You're going to get the best benefits by going to those cards, and the people who get those cards know that. And there are a lot of people that will look at that $550 and say, there's no way I'll ever get that card. And that's fine, because you know what? The people who do get that card are the ones that are reaping the benefits. If everyone was getting that card, then at some point you're going to be going to, well, I've done this already, but you'll go to some Priority Pass lounges and you're not going to have anywhere to sit. You'll go, you'll start looking at some of these other benefits, and they might start dropping the benefits just because there's an influx of people that are using these benefits that these cards offer. So it's okay yeah, I would be a little nervous, like if I was just starting out and I looked at that annual fee. But I'm telling you, you can get that annual fee, you can get that value every year. So you shouldn't be afraid to get the card. You should more, what you should be focused on is what are the benefits that card gives you, and are you able to get to use those benefits? Because that's another big thing too. Some cards will give you benefits, and you might not be able to use those benefits, certain benefits. So if you're not able to use some of those benefits, and maybe the card is, you're not going to get that full $550 of value or the full $250 value. So if you can't do that, then maybe you should look at some other cards that give you the benefits that you can use and that you would want to use. Like what comes to mind is the Amex Gold card, where you have the dining credit, $120 dining credit, $100 I think airline credit. So they have these different little credits, but let's say you don't eat at those restaurants or you don't eat out very often. Well, with the Amex Gold, even if you don't eat out very often, if you go to the store, you can get the the 4% on groceries, so that's good. But if you're not able to use all those benefits to bring that annual fee, the effective annual fee to zero, then maybe you should look at a card that will give you those benefits. All right, platinum and gold, people could actually make use of the Amex credits. Amex also has weird MR coding for no annual fee cards. As far as go with the first. Okay. All right, Kai. We'll get the Charles Schwab version. Okay. Pariah. I live in Charlotte. Amex is putting a Centurion Lounge. So I guess I'm keeping the platinum. Yeah. So Pariah's just talking about he lives in Charlotte, and they're going to be putting a Centurion Lounge there. Same thing with Los Angeles. They're going to put a Centurion Lounge there. So I don't have the platinum yet, but I will. Right now, I'm in a situation where I'm pretty much done with Chase. Like, not when I say done with Chase, I'm happy with Chase, but I have the Chase cards that I need and that I want. And so now I'm looking at Amex, because I'm definitely not going to look at Citi. I don't like the Citi thank you points. So I'm looking at Amex, and for me, it's probably going to be the gold and the platinum. Those are the two cards that I'll almost likely get, and so that's where I'm going. But one of the things is that they're just like Brian was saying, they're building the Centurion lounges, and they're building one in LA. So once they open that one up, I'm gonna want to get the platinum card. I mean, I already see that. And right now, I'm done. Like, I don't need to get any other cards right now. I'm set for the rest of the year as far as the traveling that I'm going to do. Well, at least I'm saying that right now. Like, I have enough points to get me through the year, so I probably won't even get another card for a little bit, unless that Centurion Lounge opens up a little earlier, and then I don't even know when it's expected to open. But I guess I'll be at LAX LAX on Friday, so I'll probably walk, because they always have the big, they'll put the construction billboard thing up there, Centurion Lounge coming soon. So I'll walk by and see. If it's not already open, it might even be open. I don't know. But what they should do is allow you to go in there just one time. Potential customer, right? Potential platinum card member. Let you go in there just to see what's all in there. Okay, that guy. Yeah, David, the gold and the platinum are wonderful. My favorites. But don't get me wrong. For someone that I can know the trouble and make use of the credits. Free cards are always better to get. Yeah, okay. So, and that's a good point. I mean, that guy's just saying that if you don't travel a lot and you don't really know how the whole system works, then maybe get a no annual fee card just to test it out. But I will tell you, like I said, you're ultimately going to get those cards, because that's the way it works. If you travel and you get a no annual fee card, I guarantee you're going to get to those top tier cards if you travel enough. And if not the top tier, you're going to get to the mid-level cards, the $95 annual fee cards, because you just get more benefits as you move up. The more money you spend on the annual fee, the more benefits you'll get out of the card. Okay, valid points. Yeah, David. Yeah, because it's considered a separate product. Okay. All platinums consider All platinums consider different products. Okay. Yep. Can you have both at the same time? Yeah, all at the same time. Okay, so you guys are answering each other's questions. That's great. Only gripe is Amex website is confusing uh, with the points. Besides that, there's site is awesome. Does anybody have any advice for me? I'm 21. I have to hire my. Okay, David, I don't know what you're saying, buddy. Fire my first guy tomorrow. Oh, you have to fire your first guy tomorrow. Oh boy. And the guy is 55. Is in the process of buying a house. Oh my God. This is going to be drama. I don't know how to break it to him. Now, are you laying him off? Or are you firing him because he's doing something wrong? Let's see. What's the problem with firing the first guy? Is he doing the job or not? Sorry to be off topic. And yeah, he needs to be fired. No doubt in my mind. Let's see. Then fire him on the basis of performance. That's it. Apologize for the situation. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that guy. So basically, David's saying that he's got to fire this guy. That in the process of this guy's in the process of buying a house and all that. But if he's not doing the job, he's not doing the job. And I'm sure this isn't the first time that you talked to him. So I don't know how your company works, but generally there's kind of a build up to it. So he probably already knows that there's some stuff that's his performance hasn't been up to par. So yeah, that's what you bring him in on, and you just sit him down and say, hey, this is the situation. We've talked to you about this, we've talked to you about that, and nothing's changed. So we're gonna have to let you go. Yeah, that's the way I would do it. But like I said, I'm not an expert on firing people, so take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, if he's not doing the job, he's not doing the job, and that's unfortunate. As a manager, you're gonna have to be in situations like that where you need to send a message. Okay, makes sense. But it'll help. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Product change after 2 years with City. Okay, don't feel bad about having to terminate somebody. It'll sound like, oh God, let's not get political now. Let's see. Oh, just lost everything again. Okay. What for risking his family future? All right. Okay, so you guys are giving him a lot of good feedback. This is all about the firing stuff, so I'm going to kind of skip through. Let's see, the 2% back cards are always 1 CPP, but 1 times points is very variable. So if I had an unknown card and ask if, what, 2 times or 2%, not knowing the card is, I'll choose the cash back. Okay. Okay. Just looking for other questions, guys. So Dave is asking if anyone has clear. And clear is another way to speed through the lines. I don't have clear. I'd be interested to know if there is anyone else here that has and uses clear. I see it every time I go to the airport, and that's a little more. I don't know exactly how much it is, but I know it's more than $100. So yeah, that I would be interested to know. And that one I think is like a fingerprint or eye recognition or something crazy that they use for that one. Let's see, sub AAA with Amex Gold. Let's see, more 524. So I can't get only till February. Yeah, so Brian says that he has he's over 524, so he can't get that Chase business card. Yeah, you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait because they won't let you get it early. Let's see, David 554 is a scam. You shouldn't wait. Just get different cards. Yeah, I mean you can. That's another option, as David's saying. I mean, do you really need to wait? You can go with another card, right? Chase is better, but they're getting weird in their cards. I don't like a traditional color. If you make good cards and they don't have to worry about. Yeah, so that's my whole thing is when it comes down to it, make good cards, and yeah, you don't have to you don't have to worry about stuff. Uh, Chase, let's see. If I didn't need the points, probably if I'm your situation, I don't need the points. I'm good. I'll wait. You're only waiting another year, so I'd wait and get the card. But if you need a business card for whatever purpose, then yeah, go right ahead and get it. Let's see. Or when I say get it, I mean get another card. But the only thing is, if you get another card, yeah, it's tricky because you get another card, then you're going to be over 524, right? So if you really want that Chase card, then yeah, you're going to have to wait. Because I didn't even think about that. Like if you get another card, it could be an Amex card, it could be a Citi card, then now you're back up over 524 again. Let's see, that guy in branch pre-approval can get you a Chase card. So that guy, and that, you can try that as well, Pariah. You can go into the bank and try to get a card, or you can get a bank account with Chase. And I've heard that kind of helps out as well. So some other things to think, maybe get a business banking account. And when you're there, when you're opening up your business account, just say, hey, I'd be interested in getting one of your business cards. Do you have any that are available that I would qualify for? And they'll say, oh, why, yes. And they'll pull it open and they'll say, and maybe you can get it that way. Yeah. Let's see. What cards do you have now, Pariah? For me, the nearest Chase Bank is Atlanta. So that's a no-go. The nearest bank, Chase Bank, is Atlanta. Well, how far is Atlanta? How far is Atlanta from you? You can also, I would go with the account then, like trying to see if you can open up an account. And I think you can open up an account online. I think so. I'm not for sure. But I would try to open up an account. And if you open up an account, especially if it's any account, they're going to start sending you like the cards that you might qualify for, that kind of stuff. So you can try that angle. All right, easy. Yeah, that seems like B of A country. Let's see, B of A or Wells Fargo. Anybody else keep getting turned down as of late, trying to get 2+ bills for Priority Pass restaurants? I'm trying to use all 6 of mine at once. Yeah, you might have an issue with that. So you're getting turned down. Now, I haven't used my Priority Pass yet for, I think, David, you brought this up yesterday, but I haven't used it at restaurants. So for those of you who don't know, if you have Priority Pass, let's say you have a credit card that gives you Priority Pass, or you just pay every year for Priority Pass, you get the lounge access. Well, what they started doing, I think they started last year, is they started allowing you to go to certain restaurants in the airport and charging it to your bill, like to your charging your meal to your Priority Pass, which is really good because that's one of the gripes that I've had with Priority Pass. And that is when you go to some of these lounges, they're really skimpy on the stuff that they have there. I mean, some of them are really bad. You go in there and there's nothing fresh in there at all. It's like wrappers of like, I don't want to, not Twinkies, not quite Twinkies, but stuff like that are in wrappers. Some water, alcohol, maybe 5 different bottles of like hard liquor, maybe some beer that they'll have, and then sodas and stuff like that. It's coffee, and that's pretty much it. That's all they offer. So my thing is, they need, or my issue was they needed to kind of upgrade, have something like something I can eat, because I want, that's the whole purpose of me going to a, well, I shouldn't say that's the whole. That's one of the big perks of going to a lounge, having at least something where you can get away from everyone, but you can also get a meal to eat. So, and that's what Centurion lounges are, most of them are offering, where you have more of a, you might not have a full course meal, but you have at least something that you can eat that that can keep you going, as opposed to just eating crackers and muffins and stuff that are, not fresh muffins, but just muffins in little bags and stuff like that. So now they have the restaurants, so you can go to these restaurants, you can order food, and then you can pay that bill with your priority pass. So I am going to try it. Hopefully, if everything works out, I'll try it for the first time at LAX, and I'll bring my little camera and show you guys that experience. Excuse me. Okay, that guy. Yeah, the goal is to get to platinum and reserve, because they do give the most value for travelers. Yeah. So that's what that guy said. So yeah, if you guys are, if you're in it and you really want to travel, and that's the reason that you're getting these cards, you're not getting it just for the cashback purpose, you're going to get to that point where you're going to want to get those top tier cards, because that's what everybody works toward. I didn't think about it when I first started out. I was, like I said, I was nowhere near thinking about getting these top tier cards, because of the annual fee, the $450 or the $550. I wasn't even thinking about it. But sure enough, I got the $95 annual fee card. I got a hotel card, which I think at the time was like $75 annual fee. Then another card, $95 annual fee, and then they launched a Chase Sapphire Reserve, and I was all about it. I wanted that card, so I got that one. So now, when it's the right time, when I feel it's the right time, I'll get the Amex Platinum. It's $550 annual fee, because I'm not afraid. I know I easily, well, without a question, I spend $1,000 a year on travel. So I know I can get that value. If I have a Chase Sapphire Reserve and an Amex Platinum, I can get that value every year. As long as I keep traveling, I'll get that value every year. So it's not, for me, it's not even a question of that. All right, let's see, Amex Gold, I want the Chase business, but I'm over 524, okay. Oh, I didn't see this, Nika. I'll go ahead and show that. Did you put a link to your, let's see, I got a new travel vlog channel, Weekend Roamers. Okay, is there a link, or, yeah, put a link on there, Nika. If you guys have channels, YouTube channels, put your link on there, so we can all visit your channel. I like I like looking at people's different stuff. So let's see, 524 this game. All right, we already looked at all this stuff. For whatever reason, I missed that one. Let's see, what cards do you have now, Pariah? Okay, we looked at that. B of A. Anybody else keep getting turned down? Okay, we looked at that one. We call them tier 3 cards. Okay. With $95 annual fees. How you doing, Mark? I have priority pass through Amex Platinum. Okay. Advantage. Greater May Network. How you doing? Advantage. Question mark. 7. What's going on? Hi all. David. Go watch Up in the Air. You know, I haven't seen that Up in the Air before. I know what it's about, but I just haven't seen that movie. Let's see. Nika, I have Clear. I love Clear. So how does it work? How does Clear work, Nika? So I'm always late, so I need it. Oh, boy. Yeah, but you don't want to be too late, because Clear can't even help you if you're too late. Clear is expensive and not at all airports. Yeah, so Nika, let us know how much it is every year that you have to pay, and then let us know what the experience is. Okay, Kai, Have a safe and wonderful trip in Colombia. Thanks, Kai. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Nika, I'm out of San Francisco and I got it for 99 bucks. Okay, that's good. Got the first year and you can add family members. Okay, you can add family members for 50 bucks and you can split it. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So is it normally 99 or you got a deal on it? Did you say you got a deal? So that's not bad, 99. I would consider that. And the fact that it's not at all airports, from what I heard, it's faster than TSA pre-check. So I'm gonna have to look into it next time I go out there, because I see them all the time. I know they're in LAX, because I see the little booths. Let's see. Clear only takes you the front of the pre-check line, so $99 a year is expensive unless you fly at least once a month. Let's see. Chase has an offer. Open an account and get 300 bucks. Yes, I fly at least once a month, and I'm always late. Yeah, Chase does it. Yeah, Nika, Chase does have that $300 open up like a bank account. They always send me that card. I haven't done it yet, which I don't know why I haven't, but yeah, they do have that offer. Yes, I fly at least once a month. At David, I have Amex Gold, Platinum, Everyday, Chase Preferred, Hilton Aspire, SPG, Capital One, Quicksilver. Okay, so that's a pretty good lineup there. That's Pariah's cards. Okay, 7, yeah, the frequent flyer traveler is definitely nice to have an option to pick the shortest line. 72% cash back, card fidelity, annual fee of online is 4 hours from me in Charlotte. So wow, there's no Chase in Charlotte. It's insane. I don't know. I thought Chase was like all over. There's like a Chase Bank in every city out in Southern California. Nika, that's why I don't have lounge access right now. Yeah, Nika, you want to get that lounge access. You definitely want that. And I know I just badmouthed priority pass lounges. Now that's just some of the lounges, not all of them. I would say I've only let's see, 70 to 80% of them are pretty good. I would say the majority of them are above average, where you'll go in, they'll have something fresh there, and then they'll have all the drinks and the snacks and all that stuff. But some of them that you go to, yeah, it's very, very bare minimum. But even if it's bare minimum and you walk in there, it's bare minimum, they have water, bottled water, they have sodas, they have refreshments, you have free Wi-Fi. So you have at least some stuff that you can pack away in your bag and take it on the plane with you. Just stuff like that. So you do have enough to get by. And so it's good to, like, I'll always go to the lounge. Even if I know the lounge is not going to have a lot of stuff in there, I'll still go to the lounge just to grab some snacks and some stuff that I can take on the plane. So that in itself is good. But now that they have the restaurants, that's even another level up. So that just gives you an opportunity. If you do want to eat a meal, you can go to one of the restaurants and have a meal as opposed to just going to the lounges. So the vast majority of the Priority Pass lounges I've gone to, they've been okay. They haven't been excellent. I have not had an experience in a Priority Pass lounge that has been like an excellent experience or a very good experience. I've had some average lounges. I've had some good lounges, but I've never had anything that was like exceptional as far as those lounges are concerned. But it still beats sitting in the terminal. It does. Okay, that's why I have lounge access. I don't have lounge access. How are you doing? God, this thing keeps jumping on me. Okay. So there is Nika's channel. So you guys go ahead and click that so you can check her channel out. And you travel like once a month. So are you traveling for business or are you doing like trips and stuff? I saw on your other channel you had like trips. It didn't look like it was for business. Let's see. The Chase private client is not worth it. Yeah, I would agree. Well, I shouldn't say it's not worth it, but it's not. I couldn't even. I couldn't come up with 250,000 to get that. Let's see. Most private clients won't honestly be hanging out on YouTube. No offense to everyone, including myself. That's true. Yeah, yeah, they got better things to do. Let's see. 7. If you could get outside the value. Knowledge. All right, that guy. Clear is $197 a year, but they have promos for 99 bucks a year. If you had it for a year now, I canceled it, and they offered me more, 99 bucks. Okay, but is it faster? Like, what's the life out? Jason's promoting the hell out of. Yeah, more Charlotte said. 2 biggest bank hubs in the U.S. Okay. It's a separate line. Okay, so Nika's talking about clear here. It's a separate line next to pre-check. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it there. And you also have pre-check. You will cut in the front of the line of pre-check. You use your fingerprint, and you never have to pull out your ID. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's a little better. But I have noticed that TSA pre-check now, there are more and more people getting it, so there is a line. Whereas when I first got it, there were there would be a line, but there were very few people, maybe 2 or 3 people in line, and you just walk right around, you go in. But now there is a little bit of a line. Like the last few times that I've gone, I've had to wait. Granted, it's maybe 10 people in line, so it's still not a lot of people in line, but there are more people in line, and it probably will continue to increase as more and more people get it. Okay, priority pass I use. Let's see. David, I got kicked off Delta. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I got kicked out of the Delta Lounge a week or two ago in Atlanta for bringing in outside food and eating it there. I don't get that. I don't get that. Yeah, David said he got kicked out of a Delta Lounge for bringing outside food in and eating it there. Yeah, I don't understand that. If you're in a lounge, why can't you bring in outside food? I mean, it's not like they're selling food. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I understand like if you go to a movie and you don't want to pay for the $6 bag of popcorn, so you bring in some other food. I get that, but if it's a lounge and it's free, like it's food that's, yeah, I don't understand that. And I actually did it when I was in, where was I? I was in Thailand and went to the airport, was hungry, went to Burger King, got some Burger King, and then went into the lounge and ate it in the lounge. They didn't say anything to me. They didn't even look at me funny. So yeah, I don't understand that. I'd be interested, David, to know what excuse they gave you, the reason for it. Pariah only priority pass I've used was in London Heathrow. Aspire Lounge was serviceable. Had some cooked food, reminding me of the Centurion at LaGuardia. Okay, sounds pretty good. Yeah, Sapphire checking is easier to achieve for everyone. Let's see. Nika clear serves me a lot of the time, and I keep my ID in my wallet. It's a breeze through security. Okay. Okay, make it easier for you to be late now that you know that you can be late. Oh. Okay, David, that's weird. Everybody in JFK eats food they bring into the Sky Club. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they would kick you out for having that food. Because easy saying that people bring food into JFK, into the Sky Club. I mean, like I said, I understand if they're selling stuff in there and you're bringing food in, yeah, that makes sense. But if they have food there and they're offering food for everyone that goes in the lounge, why would they? Yeah, I don't get it. Had an excellent Priority Pass lounge experience at Taipei, Tacoma Airport. Good hot food, nice big clean shower room, and no crowd, and not crowded. Yeah, so that's Seven saying that he had a good experience in Taipei at the airport at a Priority Pass lounge. Some of them are pretty good. Like um, even the one when I was in Beijing, I went to Air China. That was their lounge that Priority Pass I had access to. Very nice lounge. I wasn't really digging the food. They had food, like they had like a pretty much a full spread. You can go in there. It was like a kind of buffet style, but it was nice. I wasn't really digging the food though. It wasn't very didn't have enough flavor for me. But as far as having a full spread, yes, they had that full spread. They had other little stations around there where they had different types of food. And the funny thing is, I was flying in business class, so on the way up, I flew business class, and that's your lounge. So I was flying Air China, and that was the business class lounge. And so when I came back, I used a priority pass that time, and it was, like I said, I was in the same lounge. So yeah, they had a pretty good spread. It was probably the best lounge that I've been in. But they do have some other lounges that will have showers in them and things like that, which I don't know about you. I've only done it once, but any opportunity that I can and I have the time, if I'm on a layover, take a shower because it's nothing like one thing I hate about getting off a plane. I feel grimy like when I get off a plane because you've been sitting on that plane and the same air just circulating and so it feels good to go and just take a shower and then get on the next plane. You just feel refreshed. You feel like I don't know. I feel really good when I do that. So and I felt really good when I did it. I've only done it once. So any opportunity that I have, if I have the time, I'm always gonna go in there and take a shower. Let's see, Nika baby laugh out loud. Yes, I travel for work sometimes, but I'm a cubicle dweller. My job has its perks. Airline employee. Oh, you're airline employee. Okay. So you work for airlines is what you're saying. What airline so we can badmouth it? No, I'm just kidding. Well, let's see. You live in San Francisco. Probably United. Haha. That's my guess. I like United, by the way. Let's see. International lounges. Just knows how to do it right. Probably saying that. That's a good point about international lounges. They know how to do it right. International everything. they I've said this before, but I just think the expectations of foreign travelers are a lot higher than American travelers. Like our expectations aren't as high as you go to some of these other countries, their lounges are nicer, the airplanes are nicer, the first class experience is a lot better. Even the economy class experience is a lot better. And I've told this story before. I flew back from Thailand on Hainan Air. I flew back my long leg, the longest leg. So I flew back business class on one leg. That was 6 hours. That was a really good experience. And then I flew back economy on the longer leg, and it was a good experience. They have amenities kits, which you never see in an American airline. Um, you never see. You never see an amenity. If you don't know what amenities kit, it has all the toothbrush, toothpaste, lotions, and eye mask and all that. They give you amenities kit. So everyone on that plane had an amenities kit, slippers, and even the food. The food was good. The food on Hainan Air, that plane in economy, was better than the food that I had on the United Polaris flight when I flew up to Thailand. So yeah, the international lounges and the international airplanes, they're generally at a higher level. Okay, easy as a shock to warning. Anything, if you bring it outside your food, you actually save the lounge money because you aren't eating their food and drink. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, David. Like, doesn't make any sense. You could save, you're saving them. I don't know. Yeah, maybe they just wanted to kick people out. Say, Nika just subbed. Okay, yeah, go to Nika's channel and sub. You can also use clear. And if you guys are in here, please hit the like button just so we can move this conversation up, get more people more people coming in to participate. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And every Sunday we'll be here at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Easy. All I have use the Sky Club drinks, a place to charge my stuff. Okay. Okay. So food Delta Sky Club policy online. That is true, but I see people do it all the time. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, and they're still talking about the bringing the food in. I guess it is against their policy, but yeah, I don't really see any harm in that. Sounds like profiling to me. All right, street mail. I don't think maybe they were just jealous. The double steak nachos. Yeah, they were jealous of the food. Maybe it was smelling too good. You know what? Maybe it makes their food look bad. So that might be it. I mean, maybe that's why it's their policy, because if they're offering you muffins and, you know, Twinkies and some sodas and water or whatever, and then you're bringing in full-on meals, maybe the people that are in there are like, hey, why don't you guys serve that in here, this lounge? So maybe that's the reason. It's competition. Let's see. Okay, should she do a video on how he finds and books his flights? I'm always interested in how people find their award flights. So Prize asking if I can do a video on how I find my flights. So I don't do anything special. Like there are sweet spots and different ways that you can use your points and all that to book flights. But I'm simple. I'll go on. Right now, I have the Ultimate Rewards. Most of my points are in the Ultimate Rewards. So I'll just go over to United. I'll see what's available at United. Now, you can go a step further and start looking, and they have the, what was the site again? I can't even remember it. Ward Travel or something like that, where you can go on and you can see what points will get you what. I don't go that far. Now, if I'm having trouble finding what I want as far as using my points, then I'll use something like awardtravel.com where you can go on and you can really see. But for me, I go on United, type in where I want to go, say I want to use points, and usually it will pull up some pretty good deals, and that's pretty much how I go about it. All right, 7. Clears available at unlimited airports, but work some areas. Oracle Park, San Francisco Giants play. Okay. International airports are awesome. I just wanted to go to Dubai, Seoul, Singapore, Hong Kong. Okay, yeah. Field, T-Mobile. Have cleared at 7. What's going on, Ashante? Must be snowing in DC right now. Let's see. Mark. Hi, Ashante. I was in Washington February 9th and 12th. What's the Capitals game? So David's asking is asking if I've ever been to any United clubs. I have not, but I haven't really heard anything good about them, at least at that level, like the lower level United clubs. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. At this point, I have those two little passes. I don't know. I'd probably use those if I'm in a bind, where I can't. Yeah, let's open this up for 7 here. So this is Award Travel here. So this is a place you can go and kind of look to see what your where your points can go. But yeah, I generally I what was that? What was the question? Yeah, I haven't gone to any United clubs. I have the 2 passes, but I'll use those only in emergency situations. Well, let's say I go to an airport and I can't use Priority Pass, and they do have a United Club lounge, then I'll use it then. Or if it's a situation where they might have Priority Pass lounges, which this does happen sometimes. You go to a Priority Pass lounge, they're not accepting Priority Pass people at the present time, something like that. Then I'll use it then. But yeah, I haven't heard anything really good about it. Yeah, that guy's saying it's meh. uh, what do I do for work? I work. That's what I do for work. Let's see. Give her credit. Hey, how you doing? That guy. The only reason I go to United is because that's the only choice in the terminal. Yeah, that's the same way that I feel about it. Let's see. What's going on? Puga. All right, so if you guys have any other questions, please put it in the chat right now. And let's see. So, yeah, that's right. I work for likes and subs. And please hit the like button right now so we can get everything going, get more people in here. We got almost about 25, 24, 25. Let's see if we can get more people in here. Give her credit. I've been wondering if I should get the United Mileage Plus card. Yes, get it. Get it now. I just got mine a month ago, and I like it. How can I say that I haven't really used it in the sense that used it for a flight with United. So this will be the first time. But I'm flying business class, so I'm already getting the perks that card would offer me. So the free check bag, I'm already getting that flying business class. The priority boarding, I'm already getting that. The priority check-in, I'm getting that. Well, you don't get priority check-in with the card, but I'm getting priority check-in. I'll have the 2 lounge passes. Who knows if I'll use them. But yeah, I'm pretty much getting the perks. But I think looking at the card, and I did the review earlier, looking at the cards, for me, I think the United card is a better card. It just offers you a little bit more. Now, the big thing that the Addvantage card offers is that gas, the 2 points back on gas. So that's good, and that's a little different than a lot of the other cards that I've seen. So it gives you some benefits there. Okay. There. Likes. Great. Keep hitting the likes, guys. Yeah, the Visa versions. Anybody here been to Antarctica before? I'm trying to go soon before it all melts. Global warming, yeah. I haven't been to Antarctica. I'm gonna have to start because I know that there's certain places I love to go, and you guys know Colombia is one of them. But I need to start going to some different places, not just all in Central America or South America, because that's where I go the majority of the time. Thailand was kind of a different trip for me, but I want to go to some places that are kind of not as popular to go to. So maybe Antarctica will be one of those. I can destroy your life. All right, do you know who I am? All right, Nika. What is this guy doing? All right, we got somebody that doesn't need to be on here anymore. All right. Okay. I wanted to go to Antarctica. It's expensive. Okay. Give her credit. Oh, okay. Thanks. Seems to be tough finding business class award fares. So James is saying it seems to be tough to find business class award fares. If you, I mean, it depends on where you want to go and how soon you're looking to book. If you have some time, like months in advance, then you should be able to find some business award seats. I know with United, it wasn't very hard for me to find them when I was looking for the trip that I went to Thailand, and then just for this trip here to Colombia. It wasn't very hard at all. And like I said, in the Colombia situation, it made more sense for me to go business class than it did to fly economy. So they're out there. You might not be able to get. It just depends. Like if you're going with American Airlines, I know when I was trying to fly American Airlines, it was a little more difficult for me to find the business class seats at the saver point, at the where you're getting the best value. Like they'll always offer a business class seat for the most part, but some of them are just outrageous when it comes to the amount of points that it will cost you to use them. But yeah, I generally don't have that hard of a time finding the business class flights. Yeah, it all comes down to the airline. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Go to Iceland, James. What's your experience, David? Nika. I've been in Iceland. I flew WOW Airlines. $300 round trip. Yeah, that WOW Airlines is pretty cheap. A cheaper flight, but for my days. How was Iceland though? That's another place that I would consider going to. No cold climates for me. Kudos to you for that. Yeah, I still want to experience it though. I don't know how much time I would spend in. I like being in at least around big cities. I don't know if I'd want to be in just like a kind of desolate area. Safe travels on your trip Friday. Thanks, David. I appreciate it. Iceland is fun. You should go. I had some friends that went to Iceland and they looked like they're having a good time. They were taking pictures and all that stuff. So it looked like a good spot. And if you don't know, for those of you who don't know, I do a lot of landscape photography too. So that would be one of the reasons why I would want to go there. Let's see. I got the United Explorer card because when I buy the economy-based tickets, I want to be able to check in and get e-tickets. So 7. Okay, you brought up something that I kind of want to touch on because this happened to me the last time really the first time that I flew with United, where they have the kiosks. And most airlines are doing this now, where they don't really have like the traditional check-in, where you just stand in line and you go through, you go up to the front desk, and they grab your bag and do all that stuff. A lot of them have these kiosks now, where you go to the kiosk and that's all you can use. So that's what I did on my last trip. I went up to the kiosk, and then they just get all your information. Like usually, there's a lady it's a circle. There's a circle kind of kiosk thing, and the lady just walking around showing you how to use it and all that. And so she went ahead and did most of the work. But then you just take it over to the conveyor belt and you just put it down there, and then you go. So I guess that's kind of a new thing, or I won't say a new thing. I guess it depends on the airport. But at LAX, it's relatively new. There's still some airlines that just do the traditional way, but with United, that's the way that I did it. Which kind of, I don't know. Like if you're flying business class and you have that priority check-in thing, you just walk right up. There's usually very few people there, so that is kind of a thing where you have to go in and put in all this stuff yourself, and I don't know. Let's see, Mark, the other David, haven't been to Antarctica, not sure. 7 United isn't hard because they require many, many miles. 7. Not always. So he's just saying it's not hard to find a business class ticket because they require a lot of miles. But if you do it ahead, if you have enough time, like time between your flight, you shouldn't have that much you shouldn't have a big problem with it. And I don't always fly business class or first class. I like to only fly when I think it's necessary, and or it's worth it. Like this trip to Colombia, it's worth it because I already showed. If you guys watch my videos, if you haven't, what was it, last week or actually yesterday's? When I showed you, when did I show? No, I don't think I showed it actually on the thing. But if you check some of my other live streams, I went over and I pulled it up and showed you it's 50,000 for economy, 35,000 for business class. It made no sense for me to fly economy at that time. So that's why the main reason that I booked it. But in most situations, and if it's not a long flight, then I'll fly economy. Or if it's a flight where I know I can upgrade my seat to like an even more seat, like JetBlue has even more, or they have like extended leg room seat, then I'll just go ahead and go economy and go that route. And I'll save those points for when I want to fly to, to Asia or to India or to somewhere far away. And then that's when I'll use those points to fly business class on one of those airline carriers. Okay, I check in with app only, no time for kiosk. Yeah, in an ideal situation, the whole kiosk thing, like if you're just packing, and I like to do this as much as I possibly can, I will pack just my carry-on. This trip that I'm doing now, I'm not. I'm gonna have a check bag. The main reason is I'm getting a free check bag, so I might as well use the space for that. And I'm bringing more gear, more photography gear, because I'm going to be shooting the carnival. So I want to make sure I have all the equipment that I need to do that. So that's the main reason why I'm bringing it. I'm checking my bag. But in a lot of situations, yeah, I'll have my carry-on personal item, and I don't even have to go there at all. And I have if I'm flying United, I just use their app, open it up. It has a little barcode on there. I would recommend, though, if you have like an app like that where it shows the barcode, so it shows your ticket and it's a barcode, take a picture of it, like a screenshot, and put that in your picture, like your gallery or on your phone. That way, if you run into a situation where you lose internet or anything like that, you have it. So, yeah, I would strongly encourage you to do that. Plus, you don't have to like open your phone up, and you know how your phone falls asleep, and you have to open it back up, it falls asleep. Well, in this situation, you just have the picture on there. So even if it falls asleep, the first thing I just open it and the picture's right there. And if I touch it with my hand, it's not gonna, click on something and go to a different screen or whatever. It's just gonna have that picture. So that's the way I do it. Let's see, do you guys like to hit 20 million miles flown on United? Do you guys see? Oh, did I see the guy? I heard about that, but I didn't see the guy that flew that 20 million miles. Or crazy. If you plan to redeem United miles, should you get the United Explorer card? See more flights. Yeah. Is that a question, or are you making a statement? So Seven's basically saying, and this is supposed to be true. Now, I don't really know. I have the card, but they do tell you if you get the United Explorer card that you will have, they'll give you additional opportunities to get seats just by having that card. So I haven't really seen that. I haven't really experienced it firsthand, to be honest with you. Even when I didn't have the card, I was still looking to book my flight. And I wanted to wait until I got the card, so I was just kind of looking at the fares at the time. And it didn't seem like there was anything additional, but according to United, the Explorer card, if you get it, you have more opportunities to get available seats. Let's see, okay. But yeah, and if you're like Seven was saying, if you do plan to use United, then it makes sense to get the card. If you have points in the Ultimate Rewards program and you want to transfer those points over and you're going to be transferring them over to United, you know that already, then it makes sense to get that card. Anybody have any good carry-on bags that they love? I just made the jump from metal. Decision I ever made. I wonder if I recommend it to anybody. My recommendation for the bag that I use is the Delcy, and I did kind of like a review last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, where I just pulled the bag out and kind of showed you. It's a carry-on, a piece of luggage. I like it. It's great. Customer service is good. They will actually. I didn't rip the zipper off, but when I had to check it, there was a situation. Actually, I didn't even have to check it. I just checked the bag just because I had a free check bag on that, and so it was a carry-on. But I just go ahead and check it. So they checked the bag, and the zipper ripped off. So the little part that connects to the zipper was still on there, but the little handle, the little whatever you call it, the thing that you grip to pull it, that ripped off. But it ripped off, and it was a lock, so it goes into a combination lock. So I had to have them send out some more to me, which they did. I basically told them what happened, and I asked them, is there a place where I can, I don't think I said buy, where I could get some additional things. And so they said, oh, sure, we'll mail them out to you. So they mailed out they mailed out the two that go for the combination, and then they mailed out all the other ones that go on the bag. So I thought that was pretty nice. So I like stuff like that, customer service like that. I've had the bag for probably I'd had the bag for at least 3 years. I've had the bag for maybe 5 years by now. But I had the bag for 3 years, so well over the warranty and all that good stuff. But they just mailed it out, no questions asked. No questions asked. Okay. Okay, give her credit. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I do want to look up that bag. Rimowa, whatever that is. I don't even know how to say it. It sounds expensive. Yeah, I'll check out that bag though. That was David just talking about the bag that he has. And it's important. Getting bags. I used to be cheap when it came to like luggage and stuff like that. I would go to Ross or Marshalls or the stores. You go in there and they have the luggage there, and you pick the cheapest one, and then you're on your way. But it's when it comes to luggage, when you really think about it, if you start traveling a lot, you need to get like quality luggage, because the last thing you want is to have that luggage break down on you when you're out somewhere, because you're going to pay a lot of money to get a replacement for it when you're traveling, because they make a lot of money on that. People who sell luggage, especially if you're at the airport and it breaks down on you, and I don't even know what I would do. And if a wheel broke, then I'm carrying it until I get out of the airport, and then I'll go to a mall when I'm wherever and try to buy luggage there. But yeah, you don't want your luggage to break down on you. That's the main thing. And then you also want stuff that works well, like the wheels on it are they work well, so you don't have to fight with your luggage. You can just kind of roll it on. Like the luggage that I have, it's perfect. The wheels are really good. It has the four, like a spinner, so it has the four wheels, and I can just have it, just almost have my hand just resting on it, and then just walk through the walk through the airport. And I generally do. I don't know, like I don't like pulling it behind me. I like to have it like right at my side, so when I'm walking, I'm just kind of walking like that with it. That's just the way I do it. I don't know, just. Just my style, I guess. But I do want to. I will check out this bag. I am in the market because I don't have like a bag to check, a bag that's big enough. Any bag is big enough to check. But what I'm saying is, all I have is a carry-on bag. I don't have a larger size bag, so I have to borrow my parents' larger bag in order for this trip. But I am looking to get a legit bag that's really good quality. Let's see, 20 miles. No, hasn't heard. David, yes, the carry-on bag that I have is a black bag and a blue roller bag. Yeah. Uh-oh. Take a screenshot and then add it to your Apple Wallet. For double security, Apple Wallet is better than a screenshot because when you open it, it goes full brightness. Oh, okay. I don't have an iPhone, but that's good advice. So David's basically saying that you could take a screenshot. We're just talking about like your ticket, like your if you have an app on your phone where it gives you the e-ticket. So you get the e-ticket, you take a picture of it, like a screenshot of it on your phone, and you can use that. And then he's saying that if you put it in the Apple Wallet, it will. What does it say? It's better because when you turn your phone on, it goes to full brightness, so you can, put it in the slide it across the little barcode reader. Let's see. And when you add tickets to Apple Wallet, it will automatically come up in lock screen before boarding starts. Okay, that's cool. One thing that's really nice too, like Google, and I don't even know. I don't even know if I have an app or I don't know what it is, but Google like knows where you're going. I guess it's kind of scary, but Google knows my trips. Like if I book a trip, and I guess it goes through the emails and what have you, but it knows that I have trips, so it'll like schedule my trips and tell me that you have a trip going out, and like I'll get a notification before this trip this week. I'll get a notification telling me that I have a trip like from Google. That's kind of weird. Weird and scary at the same time. Zipper pull, yeah, that's right. Give her credit. I couldn't think of it. Zipper pull, that's what it is. Oh well, yeah, that's some great customer service. You just missed the Briggs and Riley bag deal. Makes hard case luggage. I think they're in Germany. Give her credit. Looking for the price. 700 to 1,000 and higher. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that bag. I want a good bag, but not that expensive. Holy smokes! Yeah, that's no joke. Yeah, I don't want to pay that much. I want something that's affordable, but not 700 to $1,000 range. I'd have to do a whole lot of traveling to justify that. I'd be afraid someone's gonna steal it. Wow, yeah, I'd be a little concerned about that. Let's see. Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah, that one I'd have to miss. All right, Sam, we'll open this up for you. I've seen them for 6,000. Wow. So $6,000 for a piece of luggage. That's pretty insane. Yeah, Delsey's not that expensive. Delsey's like 115, 125 for like a carry-on, and then the bigger ones they cost a little bit more. But I just want something that's practical, not too expensive. I couldn't even justify paying that much for a bag. Yeah, that's a lot of money. All right, so let's see. Like I told you guys, every Sunday I'll be on here. Please hit the like button, just so we can move this channel up, so more people will jump in for the next live stream. So every Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll come on. We'll talk about some different things. If you guys have ideas, actually, if you have ideas right now, put them in the chat. Ideas for future videos, or future live streams, as well as future videos. So I don't just do live streams. I do also do credit card reviews, so travel award credit card reviews, as well as photography, camera related stuff, and then the travel stuff, so like the vlogs and stuff like that. So I'll be doing the vlogs in Colombia. For those of you who don't know, Colombia, in Barranquilla, Colombia, they have the second largest carnival in the world. So I'll be going to that, and that should be a lot of fun. part business, but part fun too. I'm gonna have a good time, but I'm going out there taking pictures and doing some video stuff. But yeah, if you guys have ideas of things that you want to see, let me know. Let me know in the chat now. Let me know in the comments, and then I'll start working on some different type videos as well. And it's based on what you guys want, because ultimately, like a lot of the different things that I put out there so far are just things that I've gotten reactions from in the past. So I put out a video about a certain credit card. Oh, I get a good response. So then I'll bring it to the live stream. That way we can kind of talk about it. And as well as different questions you guys might have, or, issues and stuff like that. Then I bring that to the videos that I do. So it's kind of, if you guys understand what I'm saying, it's back and forth. So when I get the responses, that's when I put out different things. So let's see. Okay, 7 of those goes things. Price. I need to learn photography. Okay, yeah, Nika, I do photography. I'm gonna do more about like showing people how to take pictures and stuff like that, and video. And there are a lot of people that want to do like video, like YouTube and all that. And that's all based on photography. So photography is the foundation, because it teaches you lighting, it teaches you camera equipment, it teaches you how to get your camera to, the optimal exposure and all that good stuff. So it teaches you all that. And then when you start doing the video stuff, it's a lot easier, because you already know, okay, you know how to take pictures, you know what the light will do. So I will do more stuff about that, like in the future. But like I said, it depends on what you guys want. So what I've started doing more is the camera equipment or the camera stuff that I talk about now is more related to travel. So what are good travel cameras? Which, in a sense, the best travel cameras are just the best cameras, period. Now we have this mirrorless cameras. So mirrorless cameras are a little bit smaller than the traditional DSLR cameras. And so the mirrorless cameras, most of those cameras they're good for travel because they're smaller. For the most part, they have large lenses, a lot of them. Like I have a Sony mirrorless camera. It's relatively small. It's smaller than a DSLR camera that I have, but the lens is the same size. So, yeah, so we'll work on that. But just, yeah, let me know, especially you guys in here now, if you guys have things that you want to see and learn about, all that good stuff, let me know, and I will put it in some future videos. But photography, yeah, that's definitely one. And Nika, if you have a channel, then you're definitely going to be interested in photography and how to light things and stuff. Let's see. Myvic, how you doing? Any reason to keep a Southwest Plus card after getting the sign-up bonus? They only give me 3,000 points annually with a $69 annual fee. So 3,000 points. I don't fly Southwest, so I don't really know what value you can get out of that 3,000 points. Like what kind of flights you can get. Can you get at least one flight somewhere? If you can get one flight somewhere, a round trip, then I'm sure that would get you that $69 value. When it comes to airline cards, as long as I can get that value, whatever I'm paying. So if it's, in my case, the United Explorer card, I'd be paying $95 a year. And it's waived the first year, but after that first year, I'm going to be paying $95. Am I going to be able to get that value? That's my only concern. So the way that I look at it with the card, if I'm traveling 3-4 times a year, I'm using that free check bag, then I'm getting the value out of it easily. So that's kind of how I look at it. And then you get the priority boarding, and so you get special perks to have the card. I just don't know with Southwest, is that a good value? The 3,000 points that you get every year, is that going to get you a flight somewhere? Because if it does, then I think your value is, you're going to get value out of the card. It makes sense to keep it. Now, if you fly at least once a year, obviously, but if you don't fly once a year, then maybe maybe you should move on. Okay, ideas: Hilton status versus Marriott status versus Hyatt status. Um, I think Hilton gives you the best at the. They give you the free breakfast at the gold status, whereas the other ones won't. So you don't have to be top tier in order to get the or to get breakfast. And breakfast is huge for me. I just think I think that the other two cards should give you free breakfast at a lower status. Even the Hyatt Globalist status, they don't guarantee you free breakfast. They'll guarantee you club access. But if the hotel has club access, they're not giving you free breakfast. They're giving you club access. And club access is, just think of it as a lounge, like an airport lounge. Is pretty much, that's what it is. You go in there, they'll have alcohol, they'll have snacks and stuff like that. They generally don't have like a full-on meal. So that's just kind of the way that that's set up. So I would say Hilton probably gives you the best benefits. I've had some friends that are at Hilton status. Are at Hilton status. They're at Diamond status with Hilton, and they've been given some upgrades. But one of my friends was saying you had to pay. Like, they were going to offer him an upgrade, but he had to pay a little additional in order to get that upgrade. So I don't know how that works, but I would say Hilton. Now, as far as properties where I would want to stay, I would want to stay Hyatt first, and then Marriott, and then Hilton. So, and that's just the way the hotels are laid out. The only reason I say Hyatt first, it you don't need to use as many points to stay at a Hyatt. Let's just put it that way. Marriotts are nice. Of course, you have some of the nicest hotels, or the high-end hotels with Marriott, but you have to use a lot of points in order to get those stays. So a free night at a Hyatt is not, you don't need to use as many points as some of these other Hilton or a Marriott. And then Hyatt also has the Hyatt Place, which is that's kind of where I go, which is the very the low end. But they give you free breakfast. So that's one of the reasons why I'll do a Hyatt Place over a Hyatt Regency, because I know if I do a Hyatt Place, first off, it's going to be cheaper. If I want to use points, it's going to cost me less points, and they serve free breakfast. So, but they don't have they don't have all the amenities that a Hyatt Regency would have, or a Park Hyatt. So, all right, let's see on the level of their statuses. Okay, so yeah, so I hope that answers your question, David. That's just my opinion. Let's see, Roger, how you doing? Have you always used Sony cameras? If not, what brand and why did you switch? Okay, Roger, good question. I started as a Canon shooter. I was a Canon shooter for 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. And I just switched over to Sony a year ago. The last Canon that I had was, I had a Canon 70, Canon 60D, Canon 5D Mark III. So I had the 5D Mark III and the 70. Those are the last two cameras that I had when it came to Canon. And the reason that I switched is because the 5D Mark IV was out, but that technology was like old technology. And then the Sony A7R III came out, and I waited about 6 months, and Canon wasn't releasing anything new. And so I was in that situation. I have all my Canon gear, Canon lenses. Do I make the switch now? And so I just made that decision. You know what? I'm making the switch. And so I went over to Sony and sold all my Canon equipment. And to this day, Canon still haven't released the 5D Mark V. So they still haven't really upped their game. So I'm glad I made the switch now. I was concerned though when I made the switch, because it's a big ordeal. If you have, like I said, I was shooting weddings, so I had all this gear. Everything was Canon, and so switching was big, because I had to sell everything that I had, and then move over into a whole new system. And the Sony's a great system, but their lenses are very expensive. They're not. I won't say Canon doesn't have cheap lenses, but they have more lenses, so you have different varieties you can choose from. So they're not as expensive. You can get some third-party lenses and really save money that way too if you want to go that route. Whereas Sony, they have third-party lenses now. They have more, but they're still improving their lens lineup and all that. So their lenses tend to be a little bit more expensive. But I'm happy. I'm very happy. Yeah, I have the Sony A7R III. I need to get another camera. That was a big problem because I was still using. Because I was shooting weddings, so I needed a backup. You always have to have a backup if you're shooting weddings. So I was using a Sony. Sony as my main camera, and I still had a Canon that I was using as my backup camera. Not the 5D, but the 7D as my backup camera. So I still had just one lens for that camera, and then I had the other lens lineup for that. So I am going to be. I since sold that. I don't have a wedding scheduled until summertime. So I still have a little bit of time to buy another Sony, and I'm still waiting to see what's going on. I might, because I like shooting a lot of video, I might still wait for the Sony A7S III. So we'll see how that works. All right, let's see. I can't wait to see Carnival footage. Yeah, I can't wait to see Carnival. Period. Yeah, I will. I'll be putting up footage. Definitely be putting up footage. If you guys see my stuff, when you see my videos, please share them with your friends and stuff like that, just so more people can see it and get involved. So if you do see videos that I put up, if you think it's worth sharing, please share, especially this Carnival stuff, because this is yeah, share it. It's gonna be good. Like it's something different. And for me, like I've never been to Carnival, period. But just yeah, this will be fun. Let's see. I'd like to see Columbia Airport. Okay, so I'll be flying into Barranquilla. I've never been to that airport. I'll probably have my camera on at some point, so maybe I'll have some footage of that. The airports are a little, they're very strict when it comes to, especially when you're going through customs. You can't have your cameras out or anything like that. So I won't be able to do it there. But yeah, we'll see. I'll be so eager once I get there to get out of the airport. I might not have much footage then, but maybe footage from when I leave, because I'll leave on the 6th and I'll go to Medellin. So at that point, maybe I'll have some footage for that. Let's see. We're credit, right, Nika? Me too. Yeah, well, I'll be putting it out. And like I said, share it with your friends. Definitely share it. And let me know in the comments what you think about it and all that stuff. Don't be afraid to talk to me. I read all my comments. I answer as much as I can, as much as I know. If I don't have the answer, I'll let you know, hey, I don't know the answer to that question. But I read all the comments, so make sure you comment on my stuff. Let's see. What should you get, TSA pre-check or clear? Why should you get TSA pre-check or clear? So, David, you're asking why you should get it. So I think we addressed this, right? We talked about it earlier, but you were here, David. Are you asking that question or are you making a comment? Oh, I got you. Okay, never mind. Your answer, you're saying I should do a video on it. That's what you're saying, I think. Okay, yeah, I can do a video on that. Yeah, I'll jot that down. Now, Clear, I don't have that much experience with Clear, so I'm gonna have to do some research. Maybe I'll quote Nika in the video. Tell you to go check her channel out too. Or maybe we can do a collab, Nika. You can talk about Clear and I'll talk about TSA pre-check. All right, 7. Good suggestion. I would like to see the vid mark. Okay, the vid mark. What is a vid? What are you talking about here? Stands between rental car agencies, vid. Okay, I don't really use rental cars though. Yeah, I very rarely use a rental car, especially when I travel out of the country. I don't like driving out of the like. Yeah, I've very like the last rental car I had was in Hawaii, and that was like a year and a half ago. I'll drive in the U.S. I'm okay, but like in other countries, yeah, I don't. People drive. They're on a whole different level. Especially like in Colombia, people drive like they are crazy drivers out there, and you have a lot of people on motorbikes and yeah. And then like when I went to Thailand, I felt so stupid. So I go to you come out of the airport, they have these little booths, or they have people yelling at you, taxi, taxi, taxi. And they've made it a little better now, where they have, or I should say better now. I don't know how it was before, but it's better when you come out of their airport because they have like it roped off, and they'll have people that are trying to get you to get a taxi, but they're inside the ropes. So when you walk out, you don't just have people like all up on you. But it was funny when I was in Thailand. So I come out of the airport, and people are yelling taxi, taxi, taxi. So I go to one of the little booths to get a taxi, and I tell them where I need to go, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And they tell me how much it's going to be, and so I'm going over to the car, and I always sit in the front seat. Like anytime I get in taxi, Uber, what have you, I always sit in the front seat. And I've explained the reasons why I do that, but I always sit in the front seat. So I go to the front passenger seat. I open the door, and it's like, oops, they drive on the other side of the street. So that passenger seat is the actual driver's seat. I felt like, yeah, let me go around the car. I felt silly, but I didn't even know. Like, to be honest with you, I didn't even realize it. I didn't do my research before I went, so I didn't even know they drive on the other side of the street. And so there was no way I'm renting a car there, because that just, I don't know. Yeah, that would have been a disaster if I was on the wrong side of the street. And then my buddy I was with, we were out there, and he wanted to get one of those little scooters. I'm like, I'm not driving a scooter out here. You crazy? So I need to crash and, yeah, no. So I very rarely rent cars. So I can't really see a time where I'm able to do that video. Sorry, David. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to. Oh, actually, I take that back. The last time I did rent a car, we rented a car for a day, a Jeep, and we were in Aruba. That was last year. And we just rented it because we wanted to go see, what's that place called? The Black Sand Beach. We wanted to go to Black Sand Beach. And so we rented a Jeep because you couldn't ride on that side of you couldn't drive on that side of the island without having a Jeep. It wasn't recommended. So we got a Jeep, and we're riding all through the mountains and the hills, and it was fun. It was a fun ride, but we did all that driving, and then we get to this beach, and it's like, it wasn't really worth it. And I should have known that it wasn't going to be worth it, because the people that were telling us, every time we would tell them, "Hey, Blackstone Beach, that's what it's called, Blackstone Beach, where is it?" And they were like looking at us like, "What? Really? You want to go there?" And they would point in the different directions or whatever. So we finally got there, and it wasn't much to see. Okay, let's see, regarding upgrades, as always, it's discretion, level up 1, damn, that's a lot of ideas, sorry guys, I'm out, good night. Alright, thanks David, thanks for stopping by. Let's see, yeah, recently, video ideas, night, clearable TSA pre-check, yeah, pre will suffice if you get airport on time. I don't like driving LA much, less than another country. I'll rent a car possibly if I am, how to say, yeah, I'd rent it in the U.S. I'd rent a car in the U.S., but yeah, out of the country now. It's just not worth it. And it's just so much easier, and it's cheaper just to get in a cab everywhere you go. You don't have to worry about parking and getting in an accident or well, driving and getting in an accident. Rent a car in Iceland and Israel. Ooh, Israel. Ooh, I don't know if I'd rent a car there either. Speaking of scooters, are probably illegal type of electric scooters Santa Monica around the first of the year. Can't give her credit. Well, that sounds interesting, driving in those countries. Yeah, Israel would be crazy to drive in. Was it my fault? Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, guys. I appreciate you guys all stopping by. And I don't know if I'll do another video or not before the end of the week, but I might potentially do one. I'll let you guys know. I'll put it up so you guys will be able to see it beforehand. But like I said, Friday I'll be out. So I will do some type of a live stream on Sunday. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. It depends on a lot. The Wi-Fi, obviously, and depends on what I'm doing. It probably will be, I don't know the time difference there, so I'll try to get on when I can, but it's going to be in between probably the day. Well, let's put it this way. I'll be out all day and then come back, take a shower and all that, and go out for the night. So probably at that time period when I come back in, I'll do that. And then I'll probably also do, if I can get Wi-Fi at different restaurants and stuff. The one good thing about Colombia is they have Wi-Fi everywhere. They have Wi-Fi at the parks. They have Wi-Fi at pretty much any restaurant you go to. So if I'm in the area, maybe stop at a restaurant, have Wi-Fi, and use my phone because I'm not going to use the data and stuff on my phone. So I can open up Wi-Fi and then maybe show you guys some scenes from the carnival. All right, so thanks for stopping by. I will talk to you guys later. What other questions do you have? Thank you. Okay, thank you. Israel's easy, but parking in the city was tough. Yeah, okay, thanks, David. Until next time. I drove 4 hours to the Dead Sea. Okay, well. All right, guys. Like I said, thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you later. Please hit the like button if you like the video. Please subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.